Welcome to the Queen's Court After Discussion. We are discussing episodes 9 and 10. You know I'm not here to do this alone. We have a little extra razzle-dazzle from the show joining us today. So y'all know the drill. Share this with a friend, grab your glass of wine, and let's have this conversation. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to our last chat. It has been an amazing season talking all things Queen's Court on Peacock. This was so much fun. I'm so glad you guys are here to join us today. And as I said, I'm not having this conversation alone. I'm your host, Jamie Alexander, and let's get the squad up. What's going on? Dr. Dawn in the building.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, woman. How are you? Looking good.
I'm doing good. I know. So do you. Skin
Thank you,
is
girl.
just doing all the things.
You know what? I have this Hey Honey Golden Mask I've been using along with getting back to a gallon of water a day. And I'm like, okay, we're in here.
Well, you're going to have to send me that. I need the
link. we in here. I got you. And you know, I got our girl on panel. We've been together all season. Let's get up Jolisa. Do I see her? Oh, there she goes.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
Girl, I'm out here making it, here.
Doing the thing. Well, I'm so glad. Look at us, y'all. We got to the finale, but we can't do this without having a little fun, right? We had Gerard on the show. We had Ty on the show. But now it's time to get fascinating and charismatic and, dynamic up in here.
Yes.
We're ready.
We're ready. So I am going to bring the most amazing Gatsby to the panel.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, Gatsby.
Hi.
What's going on, Gatsby?
Oh man, I gotta do this right. I gotta do it right.
It's shades,
Okay. It's dark over there. What are the shades?
It is dark.
No, this is just to greet you guys with the energy you need. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the vibes. I think everybody knew from day one I came for the vibes, And,
appreciate you.
Facts.
So I mean, y'all making me feel like this is like season 2. All these 3 beautiful women right here, Dr. Don, you know what I'm saying? Jamie, you know what I'm saying? Jolisa. I'm feeling really great. And I just came to bring the energy today, and hopefully I've been enjoying the show.
We did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the show. I loved it. At first, I was like,
we all did.
I can hold you. At first, I was like, I don't like it. But then I kept watching because I was like, okay, it's getting. I'm invested.
Stop it! Stop with all that shit. I gave you energy from day one.
I was about to say, Gatsby, you brought the energy.
I'm not saying that. I wasn't sure if I liked the show at first. Not your energy. No, your energy was the same. Yeah. He said, you liar.
I came with it, Don. Day one, I came with it.
You came with it.
With the suit. He had the suits. He had all of it. I was like, okay, Gatsby, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I tried to.
I'm not mad at it.
And one thing that set you apart too is that you were very fearless. A lot of guys didn't know how to navigate a room, but you're like, I do this. This is good. These women, I'm used to this. Like, what's up? What's up, everybody? Like, I'm in here.
Well, them niggas, they were scared to die. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you got to kill me in this world so I can live in the other world, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people, when they get on these shows, and I don't want to rush the interview because, you got your certain questions, but
no, you good.
I just coming from the heart. People, they are scared, like, they scared of the elimination dinner. I love the elimination dinner, as you can see. I'm like, are we going to dinner? Oh, great.
He was like, what's up? He said, this is an extra date.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, I can die here or I can live here, but that's life in general. You can always get hit by a truck or a van or something. So, let me live a little bit, and so hopefully it it carried through and resonated.
It did. It translated all of it. Yeah,
right.
You're a very interesting character, and I love it. You're pretty admirable. I didn't get a chance to watch your Amazon special just yet, but I'm going to. But I did look at some of the stuff that you have going on. So we're going to dive into just a little bit of who you are and how things went for you on the show. I love how you say you're just ready to die. You're ready to go for it. Because I was going to ask you that, like, how did it feel to be eliminated, so to speak? Like, by the time
dinner.
Yeah, by the time, because some people, like you said, are afraid of that humiliation, but you showed up being yourself the whole time. So how did you feel when it came to that moment and Tamar decided to spring it on you and ask you to exit the spot?
It was all cool. It was already like accepted and expected because we had off-camera conversations about, like, I'd be like, baby girl, this is cute, but a nigga was at the Met pre-pandemic. I was already at the Met, baby. I'm already with Anna Wintour at the Met. So I don't need this platform for my advancement, but I have a movie. So it was like people knew going into it. I already had the movie coming out on Amazon. So it was like I'm already I can't do anything on this show that would contradict, undermine, or just not do justice to my real life. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, my perspective was a little bit different because it was a show about these famous women and these guys who were potential candidates. Well, I was like, well, I get what y'all doing on the show, and I get it, and I'm here for all the vibes of love, but I can't jump through no hoops that I can't walk back through because I still have things going on in my real life. I movie that's coming out on Amazon. So I was like, I just can't do anything that would undermine, the thing. So when we come to a point to where our brands clash, somebody got to go. And last time I checked, I don't see them turning the name of the show into the Queen/Gatsby show. You know what I'm saying? So I may have to go, and I'm cool with that. Like, I may have to go before we get to elimination because it's just certain. I can't jump through certain hoops. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm vulnerable in that part where, like, these other niggas, they don't. Maybe some of these guys have nothing to lose. I got lots to lose. You know what I'm saying? Right. Mm-hmm. So I'm here dating America, baby. You know what I'm saying? And like, I want to show America how God should treat you, but I can't be undermined by the agenda of the show. You know what I'm saying? The agenda of the show is to see how many guys will do whatever to win your love. Well, then I'm a loser. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not with my brain. Not with the shit I already got popping before we met. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole thing. But up until we get to that point, we can have fun. We can go do the thing. We can goddamn two-step all night. We can drink the champagne. But I just, when it gets to the moment where I know you got to do what you got to do for the show, well, then I got to do what I got to do for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right. That's what that last night was about.
Okay. Gotcha. Did you feel like you knew early on that you were going to get eliminated?
No, I was never going to the dinner.
Okay.
That didn't even come with my contract. It was like Gatsby dinner, no. Let's figure out a way to exit strategy him out back to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Got it.
The dinner was never in my plan. That's why when you get to episode 2 and I'm it's not even believable that I'm going home. Like, pay it. I always tell people, pull up. I don't say nothing without receipts. Uncle Sam's my best friend. Let's pull up our track record. Okay, boom. Pull up the receipts. I'm episode 2. When I'm back at the elimination dinner, clearly I'm here for production value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm here for the jokes and the laughs and things. So the going home at dinner was never how I thought I would end. It's not even in my contract. It's like, let's navigate a way to get you back to Hollywood safe and sound. You know what I'm saying? I just wish they would have showed y'all the real thing that happened that night.
What happened?
Well, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
That's the point.
I mean, hold on.
Y'all judging that. It's not accurate what y'all judging that on. That was the thing. It's like it's like the Oscar. Take
Slap.
Oscar Sunday, the slap.
Mm-hmm.
And they just would have showed, get your wife, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
People still say that.
Right? That's a shocker. But it ain't no slap.
Right.
They not showing you the slap. So what you're showing you is that's the take 2, take 3. Hold on, let's do it again. Boom, boom.
Oh, I'm not doing this with you.
That's not how it went down, baby girl. Baby girl.
Wait, hold on.
First of all, the conversation preparing to exodus to the south of France for the rest of the summer was initiated by me. Okay, I initiated. It's time for me to go.
Got it.
The editing.
Okay, so I have a question. What did you originally go on the show to find love?
I went on the show to show love.
Okay.
I
felt that there was
makes sense.
a lack of examples of black men on TV who were aristocratic enough and who were gentlemen enough and who were just fly enough to change the narrative of social direction.
Right.
I don't listen to the Migos. I don't listen to Migos. I don't listen to no babies. Lil Baby, the baby.
The baby, me either.
Lil this, lil that. I'm confused.
It ain't no nursery at my house. You know what I'm saying? So with me, I'm be on some real sexy shit, and I wanted America to see that. So if the vehicle was go date these women who I didn't know at the time, okay, well that America needs to see this. So okay, I will volunteer
your services.
Your services.
I will be available for the world. I thought that was a contribution that was needed to happen. So I did the show. That's how I got.
We always laugh because I always tell them from the beginning. I've been saying that I didn't feel like they brought a bunch of kings, and I stick to that. I said there were 5. We interviewed 2 plus you. Literally. The rest of them, I was like, "What is happening? Like, what is with
the girls was disappointed."
I was like, I could have did this.
Okay.
That shoot, Cheesecake
Roscoe's.
Factory.
Yeah.
that was great joke.
You did speed dating. You could have found that speed dating.
The thing is it's I think that's a conversation to have with the world, with America, with society. Is where has the bar been lowered to? You know what I'm saying?
Because you bring
the bar is in hell.
Like
you got friends.
Happy, right?
You got friends.
Anywhere I go, I got a crowd. You know, I'm back home.
You got friends.
I want to get back. I'm back home. I'm headed to Europe for 3 months to shoot my new movie, but I came home to do a promo tour, and it's all type of people in the hotel I'm staying at. You know, coming through.
What's home?
Memphis.
You're in Memphis.
Yeah, I'm in Memphis.
So how did Nashville go? You did Nashville.
Memphis,
right?
Nashville's great, and they thought I was capping, but I do have a horse ranch here in Tennessee. So I've been spending a lot of time on the ranch. I did a show in Nashville. It's great, and I'm like playing the show. I'm doing some stand up. I'm DJing at the party. It's a whole Gatsby. It's an evening with Gatsby Randolph. So that's what sort of was happening right now. But and Dr. Don, answer you to just comment and finish that thought. I do think that the standard has been lowered. I think that social direction is a disconnect between social direction. So that's why I did the show. I did the show to just say, yo, I think that the world should see this perspective of an African American male. And that was to me the primary. And if I fall in love in the process, great. But that was the thing for me where I thought it was my responsibility to do the show.
Do you feel like, are you still in a place where you're open to love, or you're ready for love, or you're looking for love?
You know what's so funny? I'm going to Europe to look for love for the summer, and that's the part 2 of my movie. So
love for the
did
summer?
You say for the summer?
Just a little rental love?
No. Okay. No, hopefully I find in the summer and last. So listen, this is the crazy part. So I got a movie on Amazon Prime called Who's Gatsby Randolph, part 1. I'm shooting part 2 in the summer in Europe. I start in Germany, then I go to the south of France, then I go over to Capri in the Amalfi Coast, and I go up to Ibiza. And guess what? Who my love interest is, who I'm courting the whole time.
Ooh.
Yeah, going like Sade. So like I go.
What? The singer Sade? Miss, come on today. Sorry.
Yeah.
What? I was just about to say, if you over there, it's not a black woman. But okay, I can get with
Hey,
that.
we're in Europe. Don't do that. We in Europe.
Right. I was gonna say because I wouldn't mind taking a trip over there to see.
No, guys, you have to come. I'm doing a Euro Gatsby summer internet trip for everybody to come over. We're gonna kick it in Lake Como and Amalfi Coast and all the whole thing.
Beautiful.
But that's the itinerary.
I'm trying to go to Italy.
I want to shoot the whole. After episode 2, I had a conversation with production. Said, "Yo, Will, pack this shit up. Let's go. We in South Carolina. Let's go to the south of France, baby." I had a yacht waiting on the whole cast. Like, let's just go to France to shoot one episode. The reason why you don't never see me on a date with Tamar is because they had to limit it to Atlanta. I was like, but my date is in France, but they won't take us to France. Like I want to do my date, but it's in France, guys. It's not in Atlanta, okay?
Wow.
It is not here.
That is the date I wanted to take her on, which they never allowed my horses or my yachts or anything to be showed on camera. It's okay. But I just thought that America got a disjustice by that.
Yeah, that's because we saw all of JR's gifts and trinkets and stuff.
Exactly. And I was like, yo, my love language is experience.
You know, praise the Lord.
Right.
About
it. That's what it is. Like these trinkets, baby. This is
I could do that by myself. Like, yeah, like, an experience.
Yeah.
Remember,
you know like let me change your life real quick. Yeah. And it just, the palette wasn't like the palettes weren't compatible, and it's okay. People grow, and I give her time to grow. It's whatever. But
talking about growing on the show, that was one of the things that they kind of sort of tried to address with you. Like, okay, there's a part of you that, like Kobe versus Gatsby. And so what did you feel about that?
I felt like the storytelling of the journey needed to match the consumer's eyes. What I mean by that is like, baby girl, from Monday to Tuesday, I ain't grown that much. Like, but I understand the journey that we need to take on TV.
I almost threw my thing.
I'm still the same nigga, but I'm a layered individual, and you should have just came on and said, okay, we didn't know that this nigga got casted, but he's casted, and he wins. But since no one was willing to do that, let's go on this journey of discovery. And so in this journey of discovery, show me like this, show me humble, show me this way, show me that way. But it's all versions of me that's inside of me. And they were already there. You giving it to the public like, we're going to deal this out in layers of him as he grows. I was already this hype when I got here, but I get your agenda to show the development, and I just accepted it, and it's okay. But if you want to know from Gatsby's mouth to your ears, like, baby, we was already happy when we met. It was really a you had me at hello type moment. And then they wanted to drag it out to see, but I guess it's a TV show. So what fun is a show if I win at hello? It's not that fun. So we got to drag this out and make this a little bit more complicated and go through the ringer or whatever. And that was cool. But, I thought the growth was more about, me and Evelyn, because we really hit it off. And if you go back and look at the playback, I tell people, look, me and Evelyn had more romantic moments than anyone on the show.
I was going to ask you if you had any more connections with the other girls, because I get the whole you and Tamar thing, but tell us more about that with you and Evelyn. Because I remember in the beginning, she was like, sir, I'm not buying nothing you selling. So
that was cap. That was all cap, because me and E hit it off most. The Tamar thing, I think, was the Hollywood headlines. They knew that would get more blogs talking if it was our personalities together. But the juice was really me and Evelyn. You know what I'm saying? Because me and E was go look at episode 6 when we in the pool and we talking and then we start cursing each other out and then she like, nah, I'm not gonna ask you. I don't have to ask you. And then the next scene, we in the confession room, right? And I just never seen a person who don't like a nigga that much who look like that and talk like that and smell like that to a nigga they don't like. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, you got.
I know when somebody wants.
I'm only pulling up receipts. This is it.
Yeah.
Like this is the IRS Gatsby, IRS. We just going off checks and balances of what has been proven on camera.
All right.
And I think me and E hit it off the most, but and this is I'm talking out of the spirit. Like one thing that I don't mean to do is open up break up a happy home. So if Evelyn is indeed in love with Levon, and Levon is in love with Evelyn, and Tamar and JR in love, I just want to host the engagement party. I don't want to break them up. I don't want to have a little fun. I just want to host the engagement party. You know, it's enough Gatsby to go around to all the family members and everything like that. So I'm saying this out of that spirit. That's what I'm saying. So in the spirit of that, I just feel if you go look at the Evelyn and Gatsby moments, and I felt Tamar was trying to be very. You haven't asked me that question yet, so I ain't gonna ask. But just look at Tamar. Look at the hidden love triangle. Tamar, Evelyn, and Gatsby. The hidden love. Love triangle. And really pay attention, just our scenes. And I think there will be some discovery there.
Okay, well, what was your relationship like with Nivea? Did you guys feel like you lost her?
That was my sister from day one.
I love her. I absolutely love her.
Shit with me and Nivea I ain't put on the internet yet. It is like, we not buying into none of this shit. We were like, nigga, what the fuck goddamn science fair project they got us doing today?
Right.
You know, like that's
science fair.
That's how me and Nivea was, and she was just such a genuine person and cool and down to earth, and you know, I call her the queen of the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anytime you get a chance to be on a show with somebody you had a crush on in 8th grade,
no, honestly,
is the moment. You know what I'm saying? So she was just a beautiful soul on the show. Like in my opinion, the people who were just like the warmth was Holly Rod, her husband, and Nivea. In my book, they were just the warmth of the show that made it so good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good way to put it, the warmth of the show, because you definitely felt that. I loved when, you know, Holly and her husband shared about everything, or when Holly came in with the girls, there was that to it. And Nivea just being, you know, down to earth. I love how you shared with us that your layers and all of that were already there, but, you know, production unfolds it in a certain way. With you being who you are, is there, like, what do you feel like you learned about yourself in this process? Did you learn anything new? Did you have to overcome anything? Were you made aware of anything within yourself that was like, oh, okay, like I see myself a little bit more, a little bit differently through the process of the show?
I didn't know I was this sexy until this show. I promise.
The men have been winning, okay?
But thank you, sis.
I thought I was.
Because look.
Well, I didn't.
He didn't even know.
I didn't know. When I got on the show, and it was summertime. We by the pool, and we, you know, oiling up, and I cooked a lot. Here's the thing. I had my own art department. The show every morning, but they didn't show y'all. I wore silk every day. Silk. I was in tuxedo or silk.
Come on, silk.
and I would get up in the morning, put on my robe, and I would go cut fresh hydrangeas off all the bushes, and I would put them in all, and I would dress the house, and I would cook brownies and cupcakes, and chocolate chip cookies for the whole house every morning.
Wow,
that's lovely.
And then
from scratch.
You know?
Yeah, they didn't show because they didn't show that
because it was too sexy for TV. And
I mean, you ain't never lied, because the way I eat cookies, like, somebody please,
right?
Like, I would have been like,
I'm like,
it's him. It's him.
Look,
He's
I'm like,
winner.
what kind of cupcake?
So the things that they were trying, I discovered is like, wow. And what we asked, what I discovered. I discovered that the production will have a way to dim your light if they can, because you're too sexy for TV right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need you to be in this light because America sees all of this from a black man coming like this. Nah. We just want you to come based on famous people. We ain't want you to be on with the silk, with the branzino and the shrimp and the skin, the pasta cooking and the rosé, and we didn't want all of that right now. We have to dish Gatsby out in doses to America.
Right. And it's funny you say that, Gatsby. It's funny you say that, because I think on our first episode, we actually talked about you. And one of the things that I said was, he did not have this evolution that fast.
Right.
That is who he is. And the right woman allows him to expand on those different pieces of who he is. Mm-hmm. And like you said, so it didn't just change from Monday to Tuesday. Like, oh, no, it's in you. Like, it's there. And then for the right woman, you're going to expose more. That's when the humility comes. That's when you get the different pieces of you. So do you feel like you were kind of misrepresented?
Is this Dr. Don or Michelle Obama or who? Maya Angelou.
Why, yes, it is.
Motherfucker right here. Don, I knew I would fuck with you. I did my research. But yes, 100% Don. That was it. I was like, okay. I just sort of try to play as politically correct as possible for the production of the show.
And because I'm gonna give it to you. Mm-hmm. Oh, go ahead. Because I was gonna tell him. I was gonna say, because I'll give it to you. Of all the people, like, I'm not gonna call them peasants, but of all the other people, like
every other show she will though.
You didn't have the ghetto twins. You didn't have the ex-wives. You didn't have of a person to be with or say, hey, this is the one that has the most potential. For me, I would have said, all right, yeah, he can show out, but he can dress, he can do all of these things. So how old are you?
How old I need to be, baby?
Did you say you were 30? I can't remember. Are you 32, 34? Was the number?
I'm 36. I'm 36.
Okay. So you're the type of person a person can grow with. Like, they have to grow into you. But all these other people came with a lot of baggage.
A lot. It's a lot. When you got 4 baby mamas, 6 kids, this, that, newborns, that's just too much. But I hate that they didn't show as much, because that's kind of what I was hoping to see. Like, you could tell from where you come from and what you were I don't want to say trying to bring to the show, because you did, but you could tell that there was a lot of stoppage in your flow. And I'm trying to see who Kobe is, Gatsby is, what are these layers and colors, because there's a lot. But it's kind of the thing that tends to steal the show. And it kind of seems like what they put Tamar in position to do, is because she's gone through her healing and her therapy and all this, is kind of like teach you through this thing. And so it made her look like,
listen,
she was the savior.
Yes.
The Tamar you out. Gatsby project was like on 10. I was like, yeah, baby girl, I understand, but I don't need a savior, but it's okay. And the thing was, it was like, I don't know why you think Jesus Christ died, rose from the dead, and made you the savior to save Gatsby and rescue him from his egotistical ways. Like, whoever gave you that, like, I understand but I'm good, babe. Like, let's just have a fun time. And that's why I think it steered a little bit too much in the edit that way. It was like,
they were deluding you.
If they would have just showed you the raw, what it was, because every day, first of all, I cook dinner for like the holiday episode when I leave. I had already cooked oxtails for the whole staff.
It's amazing.
The whole staff fuck with me. When I left, the producers said, cut the cameras, and started crying.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what really happened. If you ask, even concluding Ty, Mac, LaVon, JR, what happened when Gatsby went home?
Everybody was hungry.
Everybody started crying.
They was hungry.
Everybody was hungry.
No decline.
They was hungry and they lost weight.
Like, hold on. What is going on? Is this a part of the act? What's going on? Yeah. the motherfucker giving out COVID tests was like, he ain't going nowhere, or you ain't gonna have no
I wish
test
they would have showed that part of you.
Yeah,
they should have allowed some of that to air because that's the vulnerability. That is, but what they wanted to do was Tamar's been a hothead her whole life. That's what people have known about her. So when you did that snippet, they wanted her to be able to be her mirror to check you versus them showing you cooking and you waking up and making stuff. They wanted you to be her mirror for her to be able to check you and say, I used to be like that.
Right.
And you're gonna grow
that's
out
where
of
they
that.
messed up. That's where they messed up because all of us women, we're single women, we're single Black women, and we talk about this for a reason. We see the obstacles between Black love and, you know, the things going on between Black men and women and what's going on with the narratives and all these things. And we want to see more of that. We're the audience. So I don't understand where production keeps making this mistake in the shows like Ready to Love and this Queen's Court where they think all we want to see is drama and Chamar checking somebody. No, we want to see cookies and cupcakes in the morning.
Right.
So I want to see that.
We want to see tuxedos and champagne.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we want to see the silk. Okay.
I will say that I do hate that now that we have more information that they limited the dates to Atlanta, which because I felt like for the finale and after you left, I was like, these dates, they're giving subpar for a finale. Like I was expecting more.
Yeah, I understand.
And it just sucks that you were already doing more and they weren't showing that. Because that would have had to raise the bar.
At minimum, you know, they should have let you pull up your yacht and then just been like, well, Tamar, you can't go because we're going to keep production in Atlanta.
You
know what I'm saying? When I say they was playing save a goddamn victim from the Gatsby rap, when I say these niggas was so Captain save a goddamn contestant on this show, they would not let a nigga live and just give it to him how I wanted to give it to him. I'm like,
but you know what else too? Also, I just thought about this. Also, that's more than they were ready to receive because the goal was for the queens to be the women that already had these elitist lifestyles.
Yeah,
so if you would have brought that, then that would have overshadowed.
But again, that's messed up. That's not
the thing that I can't say. So boom. Here's the thing. What happened was, they thought it was Cap. When they casted me, they thought it was Cap, and then someone found my Instagram by episode 2. Like, yo, episode 1, that nigga sound very confident about the south of France. What is this nigga on? He sound like he got a lot of passport stamps on his shit. What is this nigga on? And then I think Evelyn found my IG and was like, yo, you might want to look into this nigga shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? Before we send a nigga home, this nigga might be actually valuable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they really, because mind you, I never mentioned any accolades, any what I've been. Man, listen, I'm cooking gumbo and collard greens and cornbread and what the girls say when she call you. You ain't been home 5 days. I'm gonna cook collard greens and that ham hock. I'm cooking all that shit, right? And then I think they realized, like, yo, hold on, this nigga's actually on some real shit. And then they started to sort of backtrack out of the original perception. So if you notice, Evelyn's I'm not buying nothing you selling. Episode 1 is a way different tune by episode 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts. I caught that. Facts.
Yeah,
by episode 3, it was like, well, maybe this guy isn't so bad, and he's growing. I'm seeing the
growth.
He's
grown.
Yeah, I'm seeing
like
the
you
growth.
said, that was
like, well, who he growing with? With who? Oh, he can't grow with me. Goddamn, nigga, he ain't trying to grow with you. I'm trying to grow with your friend. Like,
dang. When was the last time you've been in a relationship?
Man, the last thing of a relationship I've been in, I've been single since the show for sure.
Okay.
So a year and a half.
Right before. So you broke up with her before you got on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, I don't think you caught.
How long were y'all together?
Man, the thing
I'll be picking up what he throw in. I'll be picking it up.
I'm
with you, baby.
I had a girlfriend who was very insecure of the potential of me. So it was like, as long as you're the guy who on paper makes sense that you will become what you desire to be one day, but you're not there yet, that's great. But if you're getting drafted to the NBA tomorrow, Fuck that. Hell nah. I'm gonna fucking blow up the NBA facilities. You ain't gonna be no draft tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's my supportive partner. No, she had to go.
Like it was like the insecurities of success just was so bad. It was just demolished our relationship, in my opinion. You know. So
and how long were y'all together?
And I'm a good Samaritan, so I gave it a good year and a half. You know.
Okay, so you like
I'm a good
Nivea?
Samaritan.
Yeah, Nivea getting the. I don't want to say picking up strays because I'm not gonna call her that, but
no, it's just
giving people chances.
Yeah, man. You know, but potential's a bad motherfucker. Don't invest in it. It's not a good investment.
No,
I agree.
Listen, we talk about that all the
potential
time.
shit never pans out, yo.
Never.
I wouldn't spend my day minutes on potential. No.
So I will ask you this. This is a little bit off the topic because I just gotta know. Okay. So you're there. These women are Nivea's 40 and they're in their mid and late 40s. And then you mentioned this 60, 75. This
65, nigga.
Oh, the 500 million a stroke?
Nah, you ain't
yes.
shit. 65, nigga.
I was rounding.
Look, I went crazy. 500 million, 600 million.
So you have this older woman, so you tend to gravitate, and then now you got the Sade thing, so you tend to gravitate toward women that are older than you.
I think I do prefer the flavor of something a little bit more seasoned.
I will say
seasoned.
Okay. Seasoned.
Okay.
You know,
kind of refreshing.
Yeah. I think there's a refinement that should be appreciated. And it's really the mental and the conversation and just the taste. Our taste are alive.
I understand that. Makes sense.
But yeah, and so I mentioned the thing about the sick because they really do know me at a bingo match. I'm telling you, you know. Like
not at bingo. You like,
I do.
I can't even remember last time. What?
Right.
I do the 3 B's: bingo, bingay, and bid whiz. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't even know what that third thing is.
You don't know what bid whiz is?
No.
It's like spades over the age of 60. There's a whole other meaning for this.
Okay.
So, but I do. And you know, it's like
gay though.
Yeah, the big. Yeah, you gotta rub it on, but
yes. I know what bengay is. I'm just
what it
baffled.
is.
That's one of the 3 B's.
Not so that. Wait. So do you want children?
I'm entertained.
Huh?
So do you want children? Because when you start getting,
I know. No, now the 65 plus they can't get pregnant. I tried. It does not work. I mean, there's a thing about the 60 plus in intimacy.
We could talk about that on the show. There was a certain older lady that you were
I talked
dabbling in.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
The awkwardness comes with the what do you do to get into the mood? You know what I'm saying? When you dating a woman who's like, you know, you guys' age, probably 25 to 35.
Praise the Lord.
You know.
I'm in the 40 gang.
What you do to get into the mood is you may play a little, you may play a little Case, you may play a little Joe, and you may get the coconut oil and the red wine, and you dim the lights and you catch the vibe, right? Well, when you intimate with the plus 60, you do still dim the lights, but then instead of that, Cabernet, you get a little prune juice. You know what I'm saying? You may get a little prune.
What is happening?
You get into that. You get into that bengay, baby.
Battle wine.
You say you get to that bengay, you get to that prune juice, and these motherfuckers start playing shit like Beethoven. You know?
No.
Listen.
Okay,
see, so I'm 40 years old, so I thought I was gonna be on a wavelength, but I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like even my mama is 62 and we do not have these conversations. She is not at prune juice and bengay yet. She's just, we're not there.
My mom just commented and said that's older than her.
Well, your mother looks like she's 40, by the way.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, she's a beautiful.
Thank you.
But mind you, she was the woman who I was dating was 65
Gerard.
5 years ago. You know
Gerard is in the building.
So
Hey,
I'm just saying,
Gerard.
I don't discriminate. Like I love the rainbow, the triangle, the square, whatever, all shapes, form, and size. I love love. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be a good steward of love and appreciate it as it comes in.
We could say that.
Yeah. Artistic IQ says, yo, my guy. Tony says,
I'm whole artistic.
Gatsby is liking the red wine.
Y'all, I was with Bingo. I was with Big Get. I was with it all.
But the
when he said the prune juice, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, hold up.
Because I was like, like 60 ain't like that age yet. I don't think, because I was like, Andrew Bassett's in her 60s.
Everyone, to you thing, Jolisa, everything has come up 10 years. So the 30s are the new 20s, the 40s are the new 30s, the 50s are the new 40s, the 60s are the new 50s.
I thought
so when I said I dated a woman who was 65 and you think it may look like your grandma, nah, it's more like a scene out of Waiting to Exhale. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, it was more like that. You know, it's not on, you get it.
Okay, so are you dating them? So are you purposefully dating?
Like intentionally for marriage?
I am
like
haphazardly, randomly bumping into beautiful people and wanting to get to know them more.
Like, are you preparing to be a husband? Do you want to be a husband?
I would love to be a husband one day. When I would love to be a husband. And you know what I do, and this is what they didn't show y'all on the show. When I go on a person and we have like 2 good conversations, so it's day 3, I have a deck that I send them on my life. I said, this is my life plan. In this PDF file that I get it's 10 pages long. It's edible. And I would like to edit you into this.
I thought you said edible. I was like, whoa.
Hey, you know I'm greedy.
Level.
Hey,
I was like,
so I get to eat it?
That's something else. Okay.
You can't eat my life plan. You can't eat my life plan.
Woo!
But I give them this document because everything from what the wedding looks like to what our family looks like to what our finances looks like to what the hotels that I will own look like, everything. But I give it to them on day 2 because by the time we're getting into month 2 and the bitching and complaining comes because again, it's like you don't like the drapes at Restoration Hardware or whatever, and you call me with this shit, and I pick up, you say, baby. I said, okay, now, baby, do you remember that document I gave you on date number 2? Yeah, baby, I remember that. Okay, pull that up. Go to page number 8.
Oh,
baby, I can't have this conversation because that argument ain't in my life plan, baby. Like all this shit you talk about right now, it ain't in the life plan I gave you on date 2. So I don't you got to go fix your energy, and come back. Because
I feel like there's so many other ways to say that would be a lot more well received. I'm not looking at no document. I'm mad.
No, because you love the document when I gave it to you on date 2. But you don't like the document.
So reference it.
And what I'm trying to say is let's hold each other accountable for our happiness. You said on day 2, this is what you wanted, and you loved all of it. Well, this is what it requires me to provide all of it, and the argument ain't in the life plan, baby.
Gatsby, I'm gonna need to see that document so I can know if it needs editing or modifications or if it's really good.
He said it's an editable document.
It's an edible or edible document, depending on what mood you're in.
Right, and I need mine to be really edible too. Like I needed to because I got excited when you said that.
I know Jamie's in Houston, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in LA.
Yeah, we're in LA.
Yeah, we're both in LA.
My nigga, you know, I'm flying back Monday I have a brief meeting, but I'm the East Coast until I go to Europe to shoot my new movie. So wow, but I've been in LA for the last 10 and a half years.
Oh wow.
I'm just shooting the movie in Europe for 3 months, so I'm on the East Coast, but Wow, you guys are in my
Well,
back.
if you don't give that to Sade, then when you come back, then email it to me and Jolisa so we can look at it and see.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
Yeah,
we need to know.
Like,
I just need to know, like, what type of stuff is in this document?
You know who said what, because they'll have a little comment section, you know, our names by it. We got you.
Right.
I mean, y'all gonna get that beforehand anyway.
And maybe when you're all back, we can all go to brunch, because I do like a good brunch.
Right. A good party.
For bottomless mimosas.
We doing that.
That's how I get down. I really like to kick it. That's like my MO.
Have y'all had as much fun with y'all have with me on with the other guys? Has it been fun?
It has, yeah. It's been good.
It has been. You're funny.
Yeah, you're different.
So you're hilarious. Yeah, you have a different energy to you. But for sure, they were great. But you're funny. You're an entertainer.
I would love that you're entertaining. Yeah.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Y'all are lovely. Y'all are so beautiful. It's heaven for me today.
Oh, you're so sweet. Go
Thank you.
What other the fans want to know?
So I wanted to ask you, I guess you kind of already answered some of that, but did you ever feel like, I know you had your own flow on the show, but did you ever feel like you were in competition with JR at all? Did you guys get along? Like, what was that energy? Because
I never had any beef with any guys on the show because the guys. Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
I never had married people walk by me for.
Congrats, y'all.
Congratulations!
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Congrats.
I never had any beef with the guys on the show. When the guys on the show found out who I was, it was like, I'm trying to come to Hollywood, give me a job. You know what I'm saying? Like Ty was like, yo, put me in your next movie. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing. So, and then the other thing was, it was like when JR started bringing all the gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your love language may be gifts. I just didn't know that it was Christmas in July. I didn't know.
Not too much on the love languages gifts though, because that's my love language. It is
Black Santa.
Just let me know that we're playing reindeer games. This reindeer game.
Right. He said we playing white elephant.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I just didn't know because I give great gifts too, but I didn't know that's what we own. And you gotta like, you know, if we think it is July and you on some December shit, you gotta let it know. So
right.
I can change my clothes and change the seasons. It's a whole other vibe that comes with this. I believe JR gave so many gifts on this show that they incorporated a Christmas episode in the middle of summertime. There was the show make sense. This motherfucker come with so many goddamn gifts. Let's just make a Christmas episode, okay? So we can make the gifts make sense for the season because it was just July. But we can't edit what we recorded. And JR comes with a lot of nice gifts. This motherfucker coming down chimneys with cars and all type of shit. How the fuck you get this Bentley down the chimney, bro? I have no idea. But that was his MO, you know, and he's a great he's a great castmate, and he expressed himself through gifts, and I'm just cut differently. I'm just from a different breed.
No, I agree.
And I think that's okay.
I'm with experiences too. I think it depends on what people like as gifts, because if I can give myself shades, I can do all of that. Show me who you are. So an experience, doing all of that stuff, that would have been more for me personally. I like all the love languages, to be clear. I need a little bit of them all, but experience is much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's why I said not too much on them, because mine isn't like, I'm not a brand kind of girl, so like the shades wouldn't have done anything for me because it's not something from the heart. It's something that you can just pick up. So I've been like, I'm gonna wear them, but it's not what I would have hoped to be in this gift bag because I don't.
Right? Yeah, rub my scalp. That would have went a long
oh, listen, help me take my braids down, like, like,
sir.
Listen, nothing makes me nastier than when a man can fold a sheet. What?
Hey,
no. You know what else he can fold? Down it like a deck of cards.
Right.
Come on.
Literally, and then you was making cupcakes, sir. Oh my goodness.
It's the
You
food.
said brownies. Oh Lord.
It is the food for me.
So your mother came on the show and she was a team player.
What did she think
about
everything?
Are you an only child?
No, I have an older brother named Kari and a younger sister named Trinity. Trinity lives in LA. I really do like horses are our family. I have a horse ranch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm not in Hollywood, I'm on a ranch in the middle of nowhere riding horses. So my
Oh.
brother runs the ranch and he has two daughters, great tennis players and a wife. And my mom, I was like, yo, mom, come on this show because I think I've shown America what someone in my demographic should look like, but
Mm-hmm.
they've never met the real life Claire Huxtable, you know. And I think you represent the demographic of women who raise men like me. And America should see that. And she has no desire to be on TV at all. So she just did it because of that for me.
Because you're her son.
What does she think
Yeah.
about Tamar?
That was my next question.
What does she think about
Like-
Tamar meeting with her? What did she get energetically? Was she feeling her for you at all at any point?
My mom, in all honesty, she's loves Tony Braxton.
Bye, boy.
Like I think a Braxton name, she would entertain it, but then I think like by mid conversation, she's like, "Girl, bye." You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna ask because she was a little dismissive. So were you reading that energy while you were
Yeah.
there?
No, but see, that's the part. They did not purposely show you me and Evelyn's connection. You know what I'm saying? So since me and Evelyn talked, it was a vibe. And so after we decided, like, okay, let's go on a date because the story won't even make sense if we don't go on a date. Like, we didn't like go on a date and not like each other. It was still like, oh, then we still rocking. You know what I'm saying? It's just maybe not for this show or for what this environment is for, but we still like each other as people. So when my mom spent the whole first part of the day with Evelyn, Evelyn's like,
wow.
your mom's here. I have to meet her. Like, who made Gatsby Randolph? And they kicked it off. And then Tamar came over, but that was just the editing. Like,
got it. Okay.
Like that. No, it didn't go down like that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because when I seen it, I was like, she was a little too dismissive for
First
me.
of
I'd have
all,
been like,
what
yo,
type of
I'm
nigga
out.
What type of nigga in my like in my presence? You like no, stop it. So
Okay.
I think that had to
makes me
be
feel better.
editing, yeah, because I was like, I don't think anybody would allow anyone to like talk to their mom any kind of way. And I thought she was adorable. She was so sweet.
Yeah, I would never do that. It was all smile and hugs and kisses. Trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I went.
No, yeah. So that was bad editing because I was like, not dismissing the mama. Oh, well.
All right. I do think it was weird when she was saying like, oh, you know, like she was put off a little bit. Like when you went back and watched the show and saw that she was saying like she was put off by the fact that she said she was a mama bear. I was like, why? Because you also have kids. Why didn't you resonate with that? So did it bother you when you watched it back and saw that she was like,
that's a lot of things for the ratings, man. I'll just be like, yo, you gotta have enough. When I understood that they needed my production value to be the antagonist, I was cool with whatever happened because I'm more valuable to the show as this guy than any other guy. Like because I'm not gonna marry Evelyn, Tamar, and Nivea. That wasn't my plan. So
you didn't get in the PDF?
And that's the thing is, baby.
They didn't get the PDF?
Yeah, I gave it to Tim. I said, baby, just go to page 10.
Wait a minute. Wait.
It's not that I don't want. If you go to page 10, it show you what I'm finna do next. Now, I put you in the movie, and I told Evelyn and Tim, I'll make you hot. But where you want me to go is the people don't want that. You don't want that. No one wants where the show will make us go. So I think in the show, everyone got what they wanted. Get something safe, get something warm and comfortable to you. Right. And that's under control. That's why I said, well, you still got a friend in Hollywood.
Right. Well, I'll say this in their defense, they're in their mid and late 40s. And I think that, you're being your age that to them, they didn't want to have to go in that direction because they do want something safe. they do want something where they know when you're going to be home, what time. They do want something that's safe because they've tried the other versions and it didn't work for them. The football players, the basketball players, the producers. And so for them, they wanted something super, super safe. So I do think
that's what they got. And I think that's what they got.
Yeah. So I think for them that makes sense. He said that's what they got.
Yeah.
That's what they got. Super, super safe. And that does make sense. Yeah. And looking back on it, yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it is. Yeah, they're 45 and 46, so I think that is a little bit older. They were looking for something safe, but there were some of the guys there that were younger, but they acted younger, like that Robert guy, that other guy with the green eyes that left the first day. Even Travis, they were very young. So I know that can give that nervous energy, like, is he still trying to be here? But it's different. Like, you seem more of like a businessman. So to me, that's a different type of on the go than worried about Puff being in the club somewhere. Or like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I had already done that, and that's the part that they I think Peacock was very, well, me, it was very political on the show because it was like I had other shit going. I had other programs, so they had to handle me very delicately. I love, Will Packer reaching out and everything, but with me, it was like, okay, the things that a woman of the age would have the complaints with, you ain't got that with me. I owned a nightclub at 22. I DJ every nightclub in America. I've been on TV before. So I was really about, let's have a good time and let's make it sexy. And they were really about, let's be serious and jump through a whole bunch of hoops to prove to me that you are
that you're worthy of my love.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought we had each other at hello. Like,
right.
It ain't no more from this. So it was like, that was the thing, but they wanted the production value of me being a wild card. So it's like, you got to pick, because my wild card don't come with no silly shit. It come with the real shit. It's substance under these laughs, baby. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I thought the disconnect sort of came through with the audience. Is like, every time they kept saying like, Gatsby's just here for the laughs, or Gatsby, who's the ringleader of all this shit? Gatsby. But if you look at Gatsby's resume, I'm a solid, legitimate, solid nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? Like, so that was, I think, and that was the running through line of the whole production is, how do we classify this? Do we classify this as the troublemaker or what's real? Or, I think people had a difficult time, but I just try to be.
How were you casted? Like, because I know we asked the other guys and they said they completed it and they were called within like 48 hours. So how did your process go?
I think
like, did you apply and then they reached out,
I just think it was they knew what I had going on. It's a small community in Hollywood. So
Hollywood is small.
Very, it is. It is. A lot of people don't know that. Definitely Black Hollywood.
Yeah, people who casted me knew they knew what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? So I went through the casting, but it was like I was casted for this character.
Got it.
It was only going to be this way. It don't matter if it was Tamar or Jennifer Lopez or this, whatever. I was always going to be for the vibe. That's why I just came unapologetically for this, because I feel like I was casted for that. I was casted for, this nigga ain't about to get married. He ain't finna propose to nobody. But come on here and give us the contrast of what we're finna see.
Right.
And that you did.
So you're the guy that quote unquote looked good on paper, but still had some growing to do. That was your
these
cast.
reality and that would make him the wild card.
I think that's how we categorize it. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been in love before or engaged or talked about it?
Twice. I've been in love twice, and it was a mistake, and the falling in love wasn't the mistake. The people who I fell in love with was the mistake.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
You can fall, and it was genuinely love. Like, it wasn't, I'm not knocking the love I had with them. It just wasn't the right person for the right season. or was it the
Do
race?
you date black women, or you date, because you said a rainbow?
I do, but just stop it. I am Mr. National Black Anthem. You don't even know the National Black Anthem. I do know the National Black Anthem. You probably don't know. You say let every voice sing, and she start mumbling. She say let every voice. She start mumbling right after sing.
I do.
Yeah.
But that's just because I'm not a lyricist. Like, I know the hook. I know the hook of all the songs. So that's just me in life. Period. I'm down for the good hook. Like, I got you. I got the words. That's it.
That's
Hit me up with some lyrics. I'm making them up.
No, with me, I love all women. I love a good, beautiful black woman who reminds me of my mother. I'm so attracted to my mother. Anyone who reminds me of personality of my mom, I just fall in love with. Like I feel like with my mom. And I love a good inner thigh. Any woman who has like a really like smooth skin in her inner thigh. That's like the best pillow, a good inner thigh. And I love a woman who can just have a great sense of humor. We just gotta, if the sex is whack tonight, we gotta laugh about it, baby. We can't like
That's fair.
Like what, like nigga.
Like, this was our first time, yo. This was trash.
This was work that shit out. I didn't want to tell me to go back into the shower, go work that shit out. Whatever you got going on, you need to figure out with your body. Go make that shit happen because that shit wasn't what it was.
Oh Lord.
So I like all those simplistic aspects of life that make the big picture what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So, but I date all creeds and races and colors of the rainbow. I love us because I think we're so beautiful. But I haven't discriminated. I've just lived a life. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think that are some of the narratives when it comes to Black love in a society now that are kind of keeping us at odds with each other or keeping us from having as much harmony as we could?
I think we have bad social leadership, and I think we have bad values. So when you listen to a song like "Bills, Bills, Bills" by Destiny Child, "Can You Pay My Bills?" I just think that song is perpetuating bad values in our upbringing, and because now look for men, you glorify "Pay My Bills" by all means, then you uh, subconsciously glorifying the all means is whatever I have to do to pay your bills. And it's sort of like, what is like the chicken or the egg? Which one of the problem comes first? And now you have this guy who admires you doing whatever to get your approval, which may be probably illegal most of the times. And then you benefit and reward that by acknowledging that, So I just think that that's what we are. I think we have to change this. And one of the reasons I did the show was to change the narrative of what cool looks like for a black guy. Like you could be cool and wear a suit. You can be cool and play polo. You can be cool and, and go to brunch instead of going to a nightclub. You can be cool in so many different aspects of what cool is. And what I think it is just being comfortable in your own skin, So I think when we get more of that narrative going, all those other subsidiary problems will change.
No, that was a great answer.
Yes.
I would agree with you on that. I think my only thing when I do hear men say that, I'd be like, where are these women at that are still talking about pay my bills? Because Black women have come we've elevated so much that I'm like, is that the minimum of what we're asking? I don't want you to pay my bills. I want you to show up.
What part of LA do you live in, baby?
I'm in Woodland Hills.
Right. That is the home of a lot of independent, beautiful women who can do everything for themselves.
Wait, what parts of LA don't have it? Hold on. I live here too.
What part of the city you live in, babe?
I'm in Mid City.
Mid City's still good, but there's a generation. There's a generation of women who aren't as elevated as that, and they have, value system flaws.
Yes.
So it's just not about the value system. So you do run into the woman who has it all, but a significant other, and women who don't have any of it and looking for a significant other. So to answer your demographic, it's not necessarily that you need a man to do anything financially for you. It's just maybe the companionship. But are you willing to still be evenly yoked? Would you date a substitute teacher?
I absolutely would. I've already told him about everybody. The one thing I have noticed about me is I'm a sapiosexual. So if we can't converse, and I've noticed that that involves a man either that has really great goals and ambition, or he has drive, or he has a collegiate education. So I've noticed for me that the dialogue has to be a 10. Like there's a lot of weight and value in dialogue and chemistry for me.
So you could date a starving artist. You could definitely.
No, because and the reason why I say that is because if he's starving, I can't date you because now I got to feed you. You a child.
No. Jolisa, you know you're Joe Queen. You know you're full of shit because I'm talking about he got.
No, I get what you're saying.
All the conversation. 2 minutes ago was about conversation. As soon as
yes, no, I absolutely
I can't feed you. No. No, he got all the conversation, all the back rubs, all the he's there spiritually, mentally for you.
Yes.
But he got 25 cents in his pocket.
Okay, so
there's levels.
I was gonna say for me, as someone who was in front of the camera and did do the starving artist thing, like doing modeling and acting, which I absolutely loved, it was an experience. I would still go back and do it again. I think sometimes because I was in that instance, those like we're dating in survival mode. So it's like, okay, like I may not be making what I want to be making yet, but I wouldn't mind dating someone who is while I'm getting to that point. But you also have to understand, like, I guess it's different for women than it is for men, because for me, if I'm already unstable, we can't both be unstable together because my stress level is already high. So now you're not stable either. So now we both stressed. So now I'm stressed because I'm already stressed because of my job. I'm already stressed because you already don't have anything together. And I'm not trying to be homeless. So I can't do it unless you have like a set plan of how you're getting there. But even then, we all just talked about not dating potential either.
Right. And so that would be my thing. He can't have 25 cents because at the same time, I do value myself. And so you need to be able to bring something. And it doesn't have to be financial, but if you have nothing, now your weight is on me. And I'm not a stressor. And I'm not a worrier. And now you're adding that to me. And I don't need that. So that's the issue that comes with that. But now if he's a man who is somewhat has his stuff together financially and he has all the other things, the weight of that is more important to me. So I can deal with the fact that I make more because in most situations I am going to. So I could absolutely, that would be fine. 25 cents, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Because I need to know who you bank with. You ain't bank with nobody with 25 cents.
I'm in between all of y'all. I am one of those girls who does want a man to take care of me. Not because I can't take care of myself, but because that's what I want. That's what I like. And like Joe, like you said,
there's nothing wrong with your desires, baby girl. There's nothing wrong with
the stressors and, all of this stuff. It's not like, oh, can you pay my bills so you ain't da-da-da-da? Because I've been the ride or die. I've been the let's grow together and let's, I have my own set of skills and network and all kinds of things to bring to the table where I feel like we could work it out. But yeah, I know that I don't want to be relied upon for that financially.
Got it. You guys have been so cool to talk with, man. It's been great.
Yeah, Marissa came on. Thank you, Marissa. Literally just finished Queen's Court. Had to hop in here. There was one question I think in here, Gatsby, I didn't get to. Let me see. Okay, I think Sherry said, okay, it wasn't really a question. It's about comfort for him. This is back to when we were talking about the BBB. He's going to take a caretaker. I'm sorry. He's going to a caretaker instead of a husband dating an older woman. I don't know. Is a caretaker thing something that's interesting to do when dating older women? This caught my eye. I didn't read the whole thing, but I was just wondering.
Yeah, now I get it. I was like, I didn't get it, but I get it.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Trying to catch up.
No. I have a very refined taste in life in general. It has nothing to do with. It goes back to when we on vacation and we plug in our iPods or what we playing. I like some classical shit. I like Marvin Gaye, Al Green, Nat King Cole, Sinatra, Stevie Wonder. I like fly shit. And I don't, like I said, it's not a nursery. I have no need for any of the babies. For me, it is not a caretaker type thing. It's just the woman who I dated was much older. She was very, very, very beautiful. She's like Princess Diana, like, very beautiful. So that's what that was. And then guess what? At the end of the day, grandmas need love too.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Okay.
They do.
You know,
No,
yeah.
I am not going to argue with that.
Yeah. So
it's a beautiful thing.
It is,
especially in a day and age where everybody tries to convince you that once you turn 30, like you're gonna turn into dust or some powder or something.
Right. When Willie, that's when you figure it out. You're like, I know now.
Just getting started.
Yeah,
you're just getting started. Just getting started.
Chapter 3 needs hope. You know what I'm saying? Chapter 3 needs hope. So, boom.
So Gatsby, I know you have tons of stuff going on. You want to let us know what you got going on and what you got coming up?
Right now, I'm backstage right now. I'm finna go actually DJ a viewing party. They're watching the show right now. I'm finna go DJ a viewing party in Memphis, Tennessee. I just got back to Nashville. I'm on tour right now. I'm headed to Birmingham next Friday. I'm in Birmingham, and I'm doing this down south East Coast tour. Mm-hmm. And when I leave here, I head to Europe for 3 months to shoot my new movie. If you haven't seen part 1, Who is Gatsby Randolph on Amazon Prime, please go watch that film. It will make all of this make more sense.
Yes.
And she says that like she must have seen it.
I've seen a lot of what you got going on, and it's I mean, you're really amazing. I'm very impressed with how you move. I think it takes a very spectacular energy to pull off what you pull off, the way you see things, the way you pick up on it, the way you can work a room and make something out of nothing real quick. Like you can see 2 things and put them things together so fast and make it work in your favor. A lot of people can't maneuver like that, and you've done it in a way that has provided you a lifestyle that's like blossoming right in front of us, and you're touching and helping a lot of people along the way and showing them kind of like how great they can be as well. And to me, you made something out of nothing, and I admire that because I kind of move the same way. I can look at a room and be like, ooh, this is what I'm feeling, and turn it into something. And I think that that's what we're gifted at as humans, as creators, but not everybody's willing to go for it like you do. And it is freaking dynamic, y'all. Like, I was like, this guy.
I'll check it out. That's
for
awesome.
real.
Thank you. When you guys see the movie, you guys will really like it. And we
it's next level, y'all. Like,
I'm gonna definitely check it out. Where can they find you at?
I'm on Instagram. Gatsby Randolph. Who is Gatsby Randolph? Which is Gatsby Randolph. Go to Amazon Prime. I say I'm the new Eddie Murphy. I say I'm the new Eddie Murphy because you can see me on TV or on the big screen in the movies right now. Same time. And you can see me live on tour. So this summer I'm going to Europe from May to August to shoot Who is Gatsby Randolph Part 2. And in between time, you guys just get with me. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm about to go do some stand-up right now and go through that room and kill it.
Can't wait.
As you should.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys are beautiful queens, and thanks for having me. This is like, this is the other queen court right here where I am.
You sound
thank you. That means a lot. We appreciate you.
Good. All love, baby. I'm gonna tune it out.
All right, have a great show.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I figured, ladies, this is our last show, so he's got to go, but I don't know if let me see if I can just
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to open his computer.
That was good. That was great insight about him, though.
I know, because I felt like they didn't really do him justice on the show. On the show, like I was not a fan, but after getting to know him, I was like, I'm a fan. I'm gonna be rooting in his corner for him.
Yes, and
y'all know the PDF. Y'all know Hollywood, right? So he was telling, and I didn't want to have him do this because he already said it online. I wanted us to talk about this show and other stuff, but he was talking to Bill Bellamy and spoke about how, he got in this great party, whatever. He sees Reese Witherspoon and he's like, oh, like, he said something to her about being, oh, a friend of mine is a really big fan of you. He's too shy to come talk to you. He's like, you know Bill Clinton, right? Da, 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 da. And she's like, the president? He's like, yeah, you don't know. She's like, yeah, yeah. He's like, hold on. So he goes over to Clinton and he says, he name drops his uncle who was in a movement that did something, whatever. So Clinton knew who he was or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was Bill Clinton. I don't think I'm messing that up. But anyways, he knew who that was. So he was just like, yeah, that was my grandfather, blah, blah, blah. I heard the story, da, 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 da. And he was like, dang, that's amazing, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, have you ever met Reese Witherspoon, my friend, da, 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 da. So by the time he turns around, he's like, yo, Reese, come. So it just looks like he basically just put them onto each other that way. But he's the type of person who can walk in a room and make anything happen. Like, he can see everything that's going on. And
Right.
Hollywood, like, a lot of the stuff that I got and was able to do is just simply because I was playing the game. If you act like it and you holding it like you got it and moving like you VIP and doing, and then you got it.
That's
but
really all it is.
Yeah, but he does it on a level where I'm like, damn, that's okay. Okay,
Wow.
I see you. It's extraordinary.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I actually liked his goofiness and the way that he was able to, he's an entertainer. He's funny, and it's unfortunate that they did kind of put him in that role, because in the event he's doing all of those things, it's like, let him show up, because women need to see the chivalrous man. They need to see the man that's getting up and cooking for all the men in the house. They let us see that.
Benzino
let us see that. Yeah, they let us see that with the other men. So if they didn't show that for him, then it's like, why was that the intent?
Right.
But like I said,
because
it's like intentionally trying to dim someone's light.
But because the point of us being Black producers and Black owners and network owners and executives that are we now have the power to put these things on.
But they didn't want to overshadow. That's the issue. They didn't want him to overshadow the women, because it's not trying to be funny or rude or disrespectful of the women in this industry. They're more like a D-lister. So they didn't want him to come and overshadow that, because they're not Whitney Houston, they're not Mariah Carey, they're not. Let's be honest. Tamar, Toni Braxton, like you said, Nivea, she's our own person of all of them. And then Evelyn, TV, like from being on Housewives and being hooked up to a man. So they didn't want these women to be a reflection yet of another man. So they did dim his life. That's exactly what they did.
I can't wait till they catch on, because we really need to see that. It does keep us encouraged. It's much more delicious and fun to watch.
Yeah, because we don't always need the drama. Like, I hate, like, I don't know why people think that we need to feed off the drama, because that's not true. Like, I would still watch Queen's Court, like, and there wasn't a lot of drama in there, which I feel like they had to create it. Like, the guy said, we weren't here to, like, compete. Like, this is more like a brotherhood than anything else. Like, yes, we're all here for these women's affections, but we're not here to kind of, like, compete and brawl and fight. And, like, I feel like that's kind of what they were looking for, but they couldn't get it, so they had to make something out of nothing.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I agree, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Dang. Well, yeah, this show was so fun. I mean, we covered it all. I'm not sure, but overall, I think they did a great job. I would definitely give it, I don't know, out of 1 to 10, I say, I'm gonna go ahead and give it like an 8, because I have to put it in comparison with the other stuff that I'm seeing, the effort that they put in, this being the first season. I hope they do it again and get different girls or whatever. And to be honest, I hope there's 3 of us right here. Like, could they get,
honestly, I would do it.
I would do it. I'm not lying.
21 men. That sounds like a ball. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
let me go ahead and send a cover letter to Peacock now.
Let's get the cover letter. You the producer over here. What production something, right? Like, let's
production.
Or pitch a show or something, because I'll say, and I think we've said this multiple times, I like the age of the women, because typically these shows are not catering to Black women at all, but let alone women that are in their 40s. Like, that's because I like to see older dating, because I think that resonates. Like, I get it. I don't want to see 20-year-olds date. Like, what? Y'all don't even, do you know yourself? Yeah, I'm like, you don't even know yourself yet. Like, you didn't even have that aha moment yet.
Yeah, it's hormones. There's a bunch of hormones everywhere. Everybody.
Yeah, y'all just out here to So, I felt like they catered to the right crowd. But there were little areas that they could, tighten up a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, would any of you guys do a reality show?
Yeah, I've applied. What's her name? Mona Scott
Mona
had a
Scott?
show. It did. I don't think the show came out or anything yet, but I applied for that. I applied for a couple of dating shows. I was on one way back in the day. I was like 20 though. But I have applied for a couple of shows. I'd be down. It has to make sense. It has to be good. And I really do, for the most part, like these Will Packer productions. I have a show of my own I want to pitch to Will Packer, so I like that vibe. So I'm in the space now where I feel like I could do it. But I look at stuff like Ready to Love, right? Originally, I really liked that show. Now I'm like, no, because y'all are doing that fighting and arguing, and he texts
And I
me
don't have
like
the
guys
see, I don't
there.
have the energy for that.
No,
yeah.
The guys are not quality. They not really ready to love. They
ready to be on
jail
TV.
and fighting each other and dating
And that would be
same
my
women.
thing.
I'm not doing any of that.
Like
No.
I could do a reality show, but I need to know the vetting process. Like where y'all getting it from?
You
Right.
know,
Where they
yeah.
coming from? Like,
Exactly.
like, I need to know.
You gonna be in there with your folder, like.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Okay, and did y'all do a criminal background check? Okay, let's start there. How many baby mamas? Okay, how old are the children? When did they leave her? Like, I need certain things. Like, you know, it should be a resume. It literally should be a resume.
We need PDFs.
And so I don't think. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I need a
whoever's
PDF.
writing Gatsby's, we need his. That's what we need.
I would be
So
mad
have
if
me
a
create
man
me a
hit me with
PDF.
that. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at a
I wouldn't
PDF.
either.
Like, show me you got some future goals. That's the type of man I want to link up with. Because then it'll be very clear I either fit in or I don't. I will know that.
Right. Yeah. Like
We will know that.
Because I always tell people, like when I'm dating people, I always tell them I'm giving them the cheat code to Dawn. So I'm going to tell you have you got the playbook. Now you just need to learn how to run the plays. And once you have that, it's all good. Like
it's all good.
So when you said that resonated for me.
I would like to see the PDF. I'm gonna slide in his DM and be like, "Can I see it for real though?"
I want the PDF. Like
Do it.
I'm dead serious. I want the PDF.
Yeah, I'm very curious. And to be honest, if it's looking like something, we might have to get back on here and talk about the PDF because it might be something that these other guys might want to pick up in their life.
They may need to tap in. They may need to tap in. Yeah.
To write it down.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
I feel like after doing all the single ladies, I feel like now after doing a docuseries like that, I'd be more open to reality show because before I was like trying to be an actress. It muddies the waters for anyone to really take you serious. And since I've given that its own back seat, not saying I can't go back to it any other time, I'd be like, okay, I would be open to it for the right one. Like, it would have to make sense. Like, I'm not going to go on freaking, like, Too Hot to Handle or anything, like Temptation Island. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't be on any of that.
Yeah, take me out of my character and try to get me all whatever. That's not going to work.
Yeah, no. Can you act like no? Because go ahead and send me home.
I was thinking about it the other day, but I was casted and I even got flown out to New York. Not casted, obviously, because I wasn't on the show, but I made the cut from like it was like thousands of people to hundreds of people to like 90 people to like 30 people. And when it's down to 30, I got flew out to New York, but it was for I Want to Work for Diddy.
Oh wow.
And I was so young, I didn't know about it, but I was so non-confrontational. I know they were like, and now I'm thinking about the questions that they were asking me and what they were trying to get out of me. I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, y'all wanted to smoke.
Yeah, y'all wanted the smoke.
Y'all wanted the smoke.
They're like, how do you handle this? And you're like, it was all therapeutic. And they wanted you to say, I'll beat that whole ass. That's what
right.
And I'm very zen, like, well, whatever happens and I'll deal with it in the moment. But y'all, they wanted something.
You should have given that and then been your exact self on the show and been like, well, I don't know what you want me to do, but.
No, I really feel like I didn't make it because I was looking at everybody's face in there. They was just like, okay. Like there was just nothing for them to work with because I was just, I guess you could say too nice. Like,
yeah.
Why would you not want to work with someone who's nice?
Because that's not good.
Because they need the drama. That's not the rating.
Right.
They need the rating.
Like, why would I want to have to come to work and fight? Like I already.
They need the rating.
You know what? Naturally, it would have went down anyway because they were asking me stuff about like people eating my food. I think at the wrong place in the wrong time, that might have been a problem.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
But to verbalize that and be like, oh my God, I would ransack every room until I found out who ate my food. Like, I don't have that for you naturally. So anyway, this is the trouble when it comes to reality TV. If they're going to be sane and work with what they get, I get it. But they're very like typecast. Everybody's on a board. This is the quiet one. This is the one this is the vet, war vet. This is the one with the drinking problem that like.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. That's very true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that he was honest and what his walk looked like and how he felt about the journey.
Yes.
Because that gave a lot better insight for sure.
And my God, good Lord, send me somebody who like to be in the kitchen like that because I like to eat.
Right.
No, I was gonna say
like
I'm not a sweet person, but the fact that he was cooking branzino, like I'm gonna buy all the supplies if you're gonna dish it up like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you cook, and I'll
even chop some stuff up. I'll even chop up, but like
I'll make cocktails.
Whatever you
I'm
need.
a prep.
Yes, I'm here. Like, but
because I can cook myself, but I like when a man can cook too, because I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, that's a whole love language by itself. That is a whole love language by itself. It is. That is so sexy.
When do you guys think he's gonna get married? I give him around 42. What you think?
Let's see.
I'm saying 42.
Yeah.
I give him a good 6 more years to just do this thing, wild out. He gonna date. But he's gonna be that dude, and like
he is
not like he's not now. He's amazing
but the
now.
blossom looks different. There's a different blossom that comes along with all of that, and so just he's personable. He's he has it. Once but 42 years old, you're gonna be like. He gonna be what they say unfuckable.
That's a salt and pepper daddy. Ooh.
Look, then I'll be almost 47, so I'm gonna be right up his alley.
You'll be ready.
I'll be like, right up his alley.
You ready for me, baby? I'm ready for you.
You ready, boo? You want to put that Bengay on my back?
Juice, but
the Bengay. What is it? The Bengay?
Yeah,
the Bengay, the bingo. And the third one I don't remember because it's like an age 60. I think bourbon.
What did he say?
I don't know. I know it's aged for 60 years, so I know it's alcoholic. But that's it.
I don't even know. He went over my head with that, and I'm the oldest one sitting here, so I can't even.
It took me a second. I thought it was porn.
I still don't believe you, Jamie. I feel like you should definitely text us your driver's license because there's no way.
No problem.
Like,
girl,
I don't believe
80s baby. Yeah, it's nice. It does feel good because a lot of the times I don't know. Age is really not like a thing to me. I don't really focus on it. I enjoy my birthdays and all, but there was this guy the other day. He was like 24 and he thought I was somewhere around his age. I'm like,
which I would have given you because that's what people normally give me. So I would definitely have given you the same thing.
Well, yeah, you look 24.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like if they're giving you, like I feel like we look the same age. So I'm like, I would have given you 24 too, easy. Like you got like baby doll face.
You do have a baby.
Mind blowing, but I'll take it. And when I look at my parents, I'm like, okay, like
you like this is where I got it from.
Yeah, for sure. Like, so yeah, I'll take it. I'll revel in that, and it's nice too because I'm not gonna say life is starting later, but I do like to keep as much youth and energy and vitality as possible because it's like I don't have kids yet. I don't have, you know what I mean. So, but it's not like I'm falling off. I'm still in there. I'm still in there.
About me and
you have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I question my maternal instincts. I'm like, would I be a good mom? The way I be going about with my cat back and forth, I'm just like,
your cat
she over here sleep now. But she just came over here sashayed, made her whole appearance stretched, and went to bed.
Wow.
And that is not what a child is gonna do.
No,
exactly.
The instinct, it comes.
I just don't have patience. And it's like being responsible for them for the rest of their life and mine. Like, that just sounds like a lot of responsibility.
It is, but it comes so naturally. Like I think
it sounds fun. I'm
amazing.
Looking forward to
there's
it.
nothing. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. My son turned 16 this Wednesday, and I was like, no, like
happy birthday to your baby. That was so cute.
Yeah,
he's a big baby.
He's a big baby, and he's so good. I always tell people my kids are amazing, and I just sit here and I'm like, you know what, God, you winked on me. Because they are some beautiful people, and it comes. It's like it's innate. It just hits you. You become a mom, and you're like, it's there.
But what about for the people who I guess for myself, who are like, what if I don't meet the right person? Like, okay, like I like the idea of kids because I like babies, but it's like children. Like, do I like children? Like when they get to talk.
No, I don't
like
like kids.
okay.
That's the thing. People think you gotta like something. I don't fuck with people's kids. I be looking at them like your kids are terrible. I like my kids.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I
That's
don't like,
the
even
thing,
when I had a
your
dog,
kids.
I liked my dog. I didn't like other people's dogs. They dogs be all around, they be scratching and all up in my face. I don't, so you don't have to like everybody's child to no, girl, please.
Okay, so maybe there's still hope for me then.
Yeah,
I was like, I would like
in,
to reproduce with the right person.
Nah, and there is something about to be said about who you reproduce with. Like even my kid's dad, he's smart, he's intelligent, he's good looking, and our kids are all of that encompassed. So you can't go get with a fool and think you're gonna breed greatness. No, like their dad's an attorney, he got his stuff together, and our kids, I see them, they're just smart. I'm like, it's just in their genes, it runs through their veins. So my son will say a word, and I'll be like, "Hey Siri."
Right. All right. Hey Siri.
They're just smart. Yeah. So yeah,
that.
you got to breed with the right person. But yeah, you don't have to like children to.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on because I'll mess around. I almost would have just done it just to have the children, but you have to think about who these people are, where they come from, what they got going on, and I just can't compromise my blood. Like,
yes. And that's where I'm gonna say that's where other races are one up on us, like how they do the genetic testing and all that. Be out here getting pregnant by fools. No, do your research so you can create something a legacy with smart, intelligent people. You know,
no, I wanted to do that too because like I feel like sometimes as I get older, like dating people with like who have older parents, it's like, okay, so what issues do your parents have and your family have? Because it's something that you have to also look at if you're going to be having kids or just getting married to that person in general, because it can be hard if something does go wrong. I'm not saying you should leave your spouse because it's till death do you part, but it is something you want to consider if you're going to have kids, because I don't want to marry someone and then you had issues in your family and now look like I'm having to bury you and raise our kid alone, you know?
Yeah, no, be informed. You gotta
be informed. 1,000%. Yes.
Look at that, SJ.
Oh, yes.
Happy belated.
Little Aries.
She looks like a baby too. Looks like she just graduated high school. I'm mad at it.
Was your son's birthday on Thursday too, or was it?
What was his birthday? The 12th, Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. That was my cousin's birthday. Aww.
Yeah,
Aries gang.
Hey, but they coming through with Taurus season. Hey,
that's
what it is now.
Your birthday.
When's your birthday?
Both of you.
It's May 9th. It is May 9th.
So what are we doing?
I know I've been telling myself this is the first year where I haven't like just sat out and planned my whole birthday. I haven't even, normally I'm like extra, but I haven't even thought about it.
Okay. You got what, tomorrow, because May is in 2
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I gotta get it together. I do. I'm like, So I got to start thinking, because originally I was gonna go to Mexico, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just got back from Mexico.
Yeah,
so
I got Mexico. I would have
I love Mexico.
Like if you want to take a day trip to Tijuana, because I haven't been, like I'd do that with you. Whatever. We're in the same city, so you just
let me know. Yes. So I gotta pull that one together.
My niece's birthday is April 30th, so I'm thinking I might make it down. So even if
let me know.
You know what I mean? We do like maybe we can do like Laguna Beach.
Oh, for sure.
Like go eat at the Ritz or something, you know?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know. I'm down.
So I need to get my life together.
You let us know, Dr. Dawn. You let us
know.
Yo,
I'm just here. So if you're here, then I'm going to be like, yes, sis, I'm available. So it actually feels good. Yes. It actually feels good not to have plans for once.
Right.
So,
yes. Yeah. And mine is June 9th.
Yes,
so exactly
May 9th. Oh, yours is June 9th?
Oh, wow.
Wow. My mom's a Gemini. My daughter's a Gemini. My friends, I'm like, dang, I'm just surrounded by air signs. I get along with y'all. It's a thing.
We love that.
I always say Taurus women always take care of me. Like my Taurus women are so like grounded. And I'm very airy and watery. So it's a lot. And then y'all come in and you're just like, you know what? And I'm like,
the roots. We be like,
Well, shoot, I think we got all the elements because I'm a fire sign. It's July 27th, baby.
Leo?
Oh, Lord.
Yes, Leo.
Yes.
Oh, yes. You are Leo.
With your fire hair.
You know what I'm saying? I am a little firecracker.
Yeah.
That is funny. Yeah, we got to cover it.
I love that.
I love it.
This has been so fun. I think we did such a great job covering the show, and we're gonna have to keep it going. I really was serious about the flabbergasted idea because I think still topics to cover.
Just let me know. Y'all know I'll be down.
But I think we could bring some men on that panel. So
that would be fun.
That would be great.
Maybe we'll be doing our own Queen's Court. So tell us, come on here and let us know about you.
Don't play because it's about that time.
We could find our own 21 men and just
this is true. This is true.
Don't play because I will put something out. If I ask every guy I know and y'all do the same thing, we can have some people up in here.
We can have some love connections too.
So this stream holds, I think it's up to 10 people. I don't know if they've increased it yet. So 7 guys a night for 3 nights in a row. Don't play. Because I need to meet everybody.
Do I even know enough men for that type of thing?
No,
I do.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say all my options are going to be limited for you all because all of my guys, they're like my age or a little bit younger. So y'all are already Xing them out.
But if you put
So here's the thing.
If you're putting your
you're 32?
I'm going to be 31.
You're 31, so you're about to be 32. So I can date younger. The problem is they need to be mature.
Right.
Like I could do a Gatsby. I would date Gatsby.
Right. Like the older people say, they need to be mature. Okay.
Yeah.
So
before I met Gatsby, I wouldn't have. But now I would date Gatsby. He's like an onion. He's got some layers to him. And he's funny. He's fun.
Yeah.
Gatsby just needs the right woman that's just put he just needs a little, that's it.
Fine tuning.
That's it.
I forgot to ask him his sign.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm very curious because he's very. I see a lot of my energy in him. Like I work a room like he does, so that'd probably be a lot. We'd either just let each other go and just see you at the end of the night, or it would just be like, this is chaotic.
Right.
They're too excited.
Mine's a little bit. When I walk in the room, I normally know that I am gonna draw the most attention in the room, so I'll just go around and I'll just bumble and go across the room like a social butterfly. But more than likely, I'm gonna leave that room with whatever I came here for. I'm definitely gonna leave with whatever it is I wanted.
Ditto. I can There's nothing. That's a nothing.
As soon as I walk in the room, I know just about every eye is on me, or at least has been wandering. So.
Yeah. Agreed.
We gotta
definitely because I'm already going in with heels on, so I'm walking in 6'3".
Listen.
So.
Okay, when I heard about Wonder Woman and the
6'2"
Amazonian women, I was like, I want to try it. I want to try that street.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
I know when I walk, it's like I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a lot.
Automatically, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And then don't have a personality to go with it because it's like, whoa. And then you got the shape and the figure and all the things to go with it. They be like,
that's it.
Everybody's in love.
That's it. So, let me go in first though because I'm shorter than all y'all. I'm only 5'5".
You can guide the train. You can guide the train.
Right.
Let me
keep the scenes and then
ladies and gentlemen.
Right. And we're backstage like.
Right, I'm the appetizer.
Oh, yes. So we'll let y'all know. Whatever it is, let me know. I'm down.
We're going to figure it out. We can figure out the things. Definitely got my brain going on all the possibilities.
And I think next time we should do it on IG Live. So that way
we should do something on IG Live.
It'll bring in more people.
Yeah. It's just IG, they be playing so damn much. YouTube is the most stable platform, but you're right. Like having something on IG is a good idea because that's where a lot of them. But IG be playing so much, they be driving me crazy.
They do. They really do. They've got to get it together.
Yeah, but it's a good platform for that. But maybe that's where we can gather the men's.
That's okay.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That's where they come at.
Gather the men's. And then if you make it to YouTube, you got to go through the field. I got a couple of guys that I know could talk to them and see if they should even be on the YouTube portion.
Right. Ooh, that's good.
Oh,
you can't make it to
I
YouTube,
like that.
Man.
That's good.
Wow. I like that. And so the men are kind of helping with the vetting process as well.
Yes.
That would be good. Yeah. That'd be very good.
That's a good one. Because they can
if
sometimes
y'all
put a wool over eyes.
Show, we'll make our own.
Right.
Period.
That's fine. We'll do it.
Hey, just let me know.
And then we'll get Gatsby to executive produce.
Yes. Hey. And then they all need to create a PDF. Like all of y'all have a PDF.
Right. Yeah. Everybody's got to submit a PDF. That part.
Like, where's your PDF, babe? Like, where's it at? Because I need to read. I need to know about you. I need to know about you.
That sounds fun.
I'm excited.
I'm here for it. Yeah, all right, y'all. Like, I was out last night, so I'm ready to.
I seen you, girl.
Okay, I
You-
seen her out in these streets.
I was like, yes to the dress, yes to all of it.
I had to have a moment.
I'm sick and tired of hitting on my friends, but I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
Look delicious,
Not gonna stop.
edible. I was like, I'll hold her hand.
So I'm
you was out in the
ready
streets too. I seen you out in the streets too.
Oh yeah, I was outside yesterday.
You went outside?
Yeah,
she went outside. She went outside.
I posted. I have to go do that actually. I had to talk to my close friends.
So you can see, yes.
Oh, SJ said stream to.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
This is streaming to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Always at once, but I don't really use Facebook, but people be on there. I just never check it. People be in there though.
Yeah.
People are on here right now, probably on Facebook.
Right.
I wish we could do that with Instagram. Of course,
I know
they don't offer, but I wonder if there'd be a way. I have to think about that. But yeah, that's a good idea, SJ.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure that out. Yeah.
But I would host on IG.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I'm nervous with the hosting questions.
I know it's a lot of work. Even today, I was like, after we ran out of our questions, I was like, oh shit. I ain't that on point today, y'all. I was like, what do I ask this man?
Which I felt like you did great. I feel like people's attention span these days too.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, their attention span for most people, even like from 20s to 40s, is probably like 30-minute max. So if I did IG Live, that's what I'd be like, all right, well, 30
Barely.
minutes.
All right, thank you. Oh,
Right,
I wonder if we could interview the guys on Instagram Live so people can give us feedback.
That
Because
would
a lot
be
of times
fun.
other people can see what you can't see.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's
That would
real
be a lot of
time,
fun.
so you know we're not acting, you know.
I would
We
do
need
that.
to do it. There's a guy I do a show with on Wednesdays who's really good too. I should ask him to help us find some man, like gather the menses.
We
Gather
should
the
tell him
men.
and his friends to gather the menses.
And he's a good dude, so.
Oh shoot.
And then it should be, and then like, I don't know, like there should be a way, like if you don't think they're compatible for you, then maybe you could think they're compatible for one of your single friends.
Yeah, pass them right along.
Exactly.
Cause I don't want you, but my girl might like you. You
That's
know,
very true. You know,
because you could be a great man and just not be for the person. Like you're just not for them. But you might be great for my friend who's also single, and y'all have more in common.
Absolutely.
So then you get her on the live.
And that's how you get the wedding shout out. We'd like
Period.
Right.
Mic check, mic check.
And I actually have a couple of those. Like, not where I passed the man along, but I definitely was there to facilitate.
Yeah,
exactly.
Throughout the wedding.
We love that.
Wow. Y'all, we might have some. We're going to have to talk about this.
Right. We're going to have to see.
I'm so serious because I just want to have fun with it at this point. I'm not like, I don't need to like, I know my energy has changed. I know when it was so important for me to like be in a relationship, there's a lot of other stuff that I couldn't see. But now it's just like, I know everything's going to happen for me when it's supposed to, as it's supposed to, but I'm trying to kick it. I love male energy. I love having a good time. I like friends. I like being treated. I like getting to know, like, I'm just cool with it. It's like, whatever. Right. So I want to have a good time, you know?
I agree.
I
was going to ask, how was you guys' week this week?
I'm pretty flexible. This is a foundation week for me to build, like, you know.
Like this week?
Yeah, how was you guys' week this week? Yeah, the past week, sorry. The one that passed.
Oh, lovely. My week was so good. And definitely because, and then you told me the best day to like send things out and like manifest and all of that. Was that this week or was that last week? I'll be getting my week.
That was the 11th.
Okay, yeah. So the week started that way.
Yeah.
So, and then, I mean, you guys know I'm observing Ramadan. I'm not Muslim, but I am observing. And so I've just been tapped in with my prayers and manifesting and the energy that I'm sending out anyway. So I could see everything just flowing. So it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
How about yours?
Definitely pretty sticky. And I'm probably going to share a video on it. But when I look astrologically too, we're going into eclipse season and they were talking about a lot of energy that kind of can't pass through that portal. And I was feeling that, like, so I was a little tapped out. Like, I'm a huge feeler and I don't always know what it means, but nothing gets by me with the energetically. It just takes me some time
to
decipher. Oh my God. Yeah. So
now yesterday I was tired. I was so tired that I couldn't even, oh my God. I was like, what is happening? But yeah. But Imagine that the week was good. Yeah.
So it was a good week, but I was exhausted and sleeping in and staying up late trying to figure out my life. But it was a good week, but just like WTF, okay?
What about your week?
I felt that way on Friday. I felt very like tired and just over as soon as like work started. And normally I start my day like excited to work. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just ready for the day to be over and to just relax. I'm about to roll up my pre-roll and de-stress and call it a day. But I feel like my week this week was really kind of like insightful. Like, because you guys know I've been like on a self-healing journey and like just kind of like taking time to like not date anyone and just be by myself, which is really hard for me because I'm normally always like on a date or seeing someone or something.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm like taking the time to like, you know, do the work, the inner work, it's like some of the things that were attractive to me before were like, they're not anymore.
Right.
Like, interesting. Like if you don't know your triggers, if you haven't done the work, if you've never been to therapy, like it's not something that I really want to entertain because I'm no longer attracted to those traits because I figured those traits out on my own.
Yeah. No, that's really good. That's really good. And it's profound too. Like, and I think I always tell people, like, for me, I think I was about 33 when I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I got it's time to make
like, yeah. And so, and energetically, like I couldn't even go on a date. Like they'd be like, why are you not dating? No, I'm not. It's not that I'm not dating. I'm just not dating you.
That's right.
like there's no point.
And we don't need the free food. Like this is
right. I don't need the free food because now I'm wasting my time. Right. So now, and my time is valuable. So that's a really good, healthy, profound place to be.
Oh, you should. You're right.
Hey.
That's okay. You never got. You guys don't know what's going on in the
for me
group chat.
is for me. I be telling people, you know, I do agree with you. But what's for me is for me. So you can take it, but baby,
but you can't. You ain't got this sauce.
You don't have it. You don't have it.
It ain't gonna taste like this though.
So, yep. It's just gonna be an idea. That's all it's gonna be, and it's gonna be a horrible little. But
and you know what? I had to learn that early on because I had my first business was through the roof amazing, and it broke me a lot when people who were on the team started to branch off and take my entire business model and try to reap into their own, and it was just so hurtful. But then I look at it, I was like, you're not me.
Yeah.
And that's what makes what you got going on and this movement that I've created different. So I had to learn not to take it personal. Like, go ahead, do your thing. Like, get on IG, go I'm gonna still mind my business over here. I had to learn that the hard way because it took me out. It was hurtful. I would be so upset. Like, dang, you gonna steal?
Right.
You know? For you, it was an ethical thing. You're like, how could you? Yes. Like, it wasn't. Yes.
And then why don't you want to do your own thing? Like, I know what I've created. This is an energy. I get it, but why not do your own thing? Like,
right. No, yeah, there's so much truth to that.
Yeah,
1,000%.
So yeah, now I'm just in a season kind of like dating myself. There is a guy who's always, I wouldn't even say playing it cool in the background, but we went on a date in I want to say it was like October, November to Soho House. And we'd had a pretty couple of good dates after that, but he wasn't very much of a conversationalist via text message. And I was like, if that's our main basis of conversation or communication, then I needed more. So I just kind of like wrote him off, right? But like ever since then, like at least like every 3 weeks or so, I'll hear from him and he'll be like, hey, you know, how are you? Just checking in on you, seeing how you are, like what's going on. So he's always like there, like, oh, you know, I'm just thinking about you and like hope you're doing okay and stuff like that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give him a call and just, you know, just to chit chat. Like I was just like wanting to chit chat and everything like that. And the conversation was so good, like surprisingly good. I was like, so why didn't you say your method of communication was, you know, the telephone? So I talked to him today because he was like, oh, I'm like out walking, whatever, doing like his 4-mile walk. And I was like, he was telling me about like electric cars and everything. And remember when I was telling you guys about the fact that I was telling you guys like, oh, I went and got my laundry done. And one guy was like, oh, you know, that's lazy of you, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, you know, like if I took my laundry to get done or whatever, he's like, no, he's like, I don't think that's a bad idea. He's like, I just prefer, he's like, I'm too lazy to take it up to the place. So I'm just going to wash and do it at home. I was like, but if I said I was going to do it and take it to the place, like, would you say that makes me lazy? He's like, no. He was like, I feel like people do things out of like whatever, like is going to make your life a little bit easier out of convenience. He's like, there's plenty of things I do out of convenience. He's like, so that's what you like to do. Like, I don't see the big deal.
Yeah. Right.
Such a completely different answer from, oh, that makes you lazy. Like, why would you not want to do it yourself?
He was hating.
Blah.
He was hating.
I was like, yeah. I was like, what is wrong with you? Like,
it's just it's an easy way.
Paying for it. I was like, it's starting to not look.
And no, any ways that I can make my life easier, I'm down for it.
I'm doing
it. I've also noticed that there's certain men that you can't share certain things with, because then they're like, why are you spending your money that way? And that's lazy. But really, it's not that I'm lazy and I'm spending my money this way. It's just that you don't have access to the things that I have access to, so you think it's wasteful. So,
right. And I was like,
so therefore,
like we're unfair. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I think certain things I'll just have to like refrain from sharing and see how that goes. But I was like,
I just told my sister that you can't share everything.
I'm on the fence about that, because sometimes when I share and I get the response that I need from you, I know how to move accordingly. Like, well, I would just
that too.
But I also think we're dating. So, and I hate to say this because it sounds so bad, but you're probably dating guys that are around your age. So my sister, she's 20. And when she tells people, oh, I just went and bought me $119 pair of jeans, they're like, why would you do that? Like, that doesn't make sense. And so I had to tell her, you can't share with that person because they don't understand how you're living and what you have going on.
Okay.
But now, please, I share everything. I'm an open book.
I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna hold you. I was like, I wouldn't spend $120 on jeans. So I too would wonder the same thing, but that's because I would put that money towards like a flight or a trip. You know, I think different people have different vices. So if she is a material girl, then that's right up her alley. And I would.
But then you could do the jeans and the trip and the dinner and like I want
that part,
like
that too.
And I'm at a place where I've worked really hard to be able to do it all.
Yeah.
So I can, and I don't need anybody judging me on that walk. Like,
which is very true. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't be like, I would say that to myself, but not because it's not something I wouldn't do. Like, even if I had the money, I would say like, oh, okay, like that's not what I would do, but I'm gonna support my friend because I know those are her vices. So girl, if you don't get the 120, you should also get the 240 because they make your ass look fabulous. That's the energy you want. Like, you know, like right, you know, I'm not gonna buy it, but I will certainly go along for the ride.
And now I'm gonna get them in black since you said that.
Yeah,
like, get them in both. I'm here for it, and so
I love it.
It's just a little bit different because he's a little bit more on the quieter side, which is why I didn't know you were interested in me at first. He's like, no, he's like, I do like you. Like, I feel like I should let you know and say that, like, you know, I was like, why are you still keeping up with me if like my text messages to him were like lacking, not good because I didn't like the conversation. He's like, because I like you. And I was like, I never would have guessed that because you're a man of few words. So I didn't know that you liked me. He's like, well, you know, like, so there's no confusion. I do like you. And I was like, oh, okay.
I like that. Just make sure you keep your intentions real. Like, you know what it is that you want. And what it is. And then if you're in a place where you're like, I don't want anything, then be clear about that too. Because there was a season for me where I did not want anything. And I made sure that I was clear with people. Like, I appreciate that you're in that space, but right now I'm in this space. So,
right. Which is why I'm just like, I haven't said anything because I was like, I didn't want to, like, maybe I wanted to just build a genuine friendship with him in this moment because I know I'm not trying to.
Which is great too. Right.
That is great.
And I think I also struggle with the fact that I'm like, okay, you know what? I think sometimes like I try to live up to other people's standards. They're like, oh, Joe, you've never been alone. Like, you've never done this. You've never done that. And I'm like, okay, but none of you all have either. Like, none of you have absolutely been single, never talked to a man, like anything like that. Like, so I don't want to hear like, oh, you've never been single when you also have never been by yourself either. So I'm like, if I'm doing it differently, like I'm actually doing the work, like, half of y'all ain't been to therapy. Half of you have never taken the time to do like figure out what your triggers are and figure out why you have mother daddy issues. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's hard because at the same time, I'm still like, dang, okay, well, maybe I was never really alone. Like they said, you know, I'm working on it.
I mean, your own lane is the most popping place to be.
It is.
Everybody got something to say about something wherever to me, I hear that you do have more of a handle on what you think and what you feel and what you know you need right now, and I think you could just stick with it. I think you know a lot more about yourself than you allow yourself to just stick with. Like,
yeah,
all of that other stuff, they ain't walking in your shoes. They don't gotta, you know, they're not you.
I ain't gotta answer like, nobody but me.
Yeah.
And
I've made my own lane. I've told people that, like, my lane is my lane, and it looks a lot different, you know.
Yeah,
correct. So, because I'm listening to me, I'm honoring me,
yes.
and I'm letting me drive this train, this boat, this car, whatever you want to call it.
Right, whatever it is.
The whole thing is mine.
It's very true. Which I was like, you know what, like that's fine. So that's why I was like, I'll take a little time because
you want to take a little time.
Yeah, because I want to take a little time and also
see.
Exactly. And see, you know, figure out my own triggers, but also like, you know, like when people say like, oh, you've never been alone. Like, actually, that's not true. Like, I've spent a lot of time alone, and I want to make sure that I'm loving myself the same way I'm expecting you to love me too.
Let me tell you, my alone times have been where all those abbreviations behind my name, that was done in my alone time. When I'm alone, I level the fuck up. I tell everybody. I be like, dang, like me and my friend always joke. When we stop talking to somebody, you be like, what is Dawn doing? Did she just purchase a property? Did she just, like, something is going, you're going to see me just thrive. Like,
right.
So aloneness, if that's what they're speaking about in your alone time where you're able to create and do those things, then that's meaningful. But if they just talking about you talking to a man or whatever, girl, tell them mind their business.
Well, because I was like, that's wild. Because I was like, in the time that I've been single, you know, since I haven't been in a relationship in 3 years, I was like, I've done things that people have only dreamt about doing.
Yeah.
So,
and dating is okay. Like, again, you know when you need to take a step back and when you're feeling the way and what you want. And I mean, this journey never stops. Like, I keep changing. I feel like, you know, how I was sharing with you guys how I was feeling last week. I feel like I went through a whole nother portal of my own. And now I'm still like weeding guys off my phone and making new decisions. Or even the gentleman I went out with yesterday, like, I'm just moving different and I'm seeing different. It's so beautiful to like learn about and see myself in this process because it's constantly changing but it's definitely very personalized and I'm just enjoying it. I don't think it's going to ever stop like cycling out is what I'm saying. Like,
agreed.
33, 37, 38, 41, 50, it's just going to keep, you know.
I agree.
I'm moving.
You have to tailor it. Yeah, because you're moving. You got to tailor it to where you are.
If you dated me 6 months ago, you don't know me. You don't know.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like even a couple weeks ago, like if you dated me then, like I'm a completely different woman now. And I'm not even sure if I would date you if we were dating about 2 months ago. Like,
and are you different? Hello, nice to meet you. Is this a reintroduction?
Right.
Yeah, and I think that goes for
a completely different person.
Yeah, you still on that same thing now.
That part, like, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, it looks a little different. Like I've been doing things to change necessary things so I can be the person that I want to be with. And I feel like if you are still kind of doing the same thing, then we're on two different wavelengths. And that goes for like men that I'm seeing and like friends and family too. Like if you knew who I was before, I think you're missing out on an amazing opportunity to get to know who I am now, if you're still holding me to that.
And that's none of my business.
Right.
Yes.
But even if you're like, you know what, like if you take an accountability, which I'm like, damn, like I could have been a better person in that time frame, and like you've apologized for it, and they like it's hard for them. I get that because it may be hard for them to get over who you used to be. So it may be like it's okay to just like close that chapter and like leave it for the moment, or if you come back to it later, if you both can. But if not, that's okay. And like, you know.
Yes.
If you can't get past the past and I'm already past it, then you could go ahead and stay there.
Just go. Just go. I tell you, everybody can't come on your journey.
No, but that's the thing though. All of this nice. I feel like as women, sometimes we get this humility confused with stupidity at a certain level. Yes. Like, you know, you can be kind, you can be grateful, you can be understanding, but it's never going to be at my own risk. It's never going to be to my detriment. So
or at my
if the answer is no, and it ain't feeling like something because that's the way I feel, I ain't inviting in all of this. Well, maybe they and well ain't no wells.
Ain't no wells. What if who you were in the past? Like, what if who you were in the past like really did hurt them and it was hard for them to get over?
But that's okay.
That's okay. I tell people that's fine. That's beautiful because I don't think forgiveness and forgetting have to align. But also you don't get to, you can't, I'm not gonna let you sit here and take that to the grave on me. So we can separate. Like I can love you and leave you. I could like you and tell you bye-bye. Like all of those things can be true. So you don't have to agree.
That's very true.
And I would want to do the same thing. If I were to ever allow someone from my past and it was rocky or crunchy or whatever come back, We gonna have this one conversation.
Yeah.
Let's lay it all out. Let's see if we can get these kinks. But after this, I don't want to be bringing up your stuff to you either. Just like I don't want you to bring up, I'm not that person. So let's iron it out in one total conversation. And then after that, we gonna be new or
we can be new. Remember, I told you a lot of my friends, their relationships have been resurfacing. Like it just really has. Like a lot, they dated when they were 20, and now they're back. Yeah.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of friends, and it's because they've been able to grow and forgive and be like, look, this is what we're gonna do now, and this is how we're gonna move. And we were young then, you know.
I like that.
Yeah. So I
just got warm. That's nice.
I know. I was like, that's nice to see.
Mm-hmm. So time helps. It can heal a lot of things.
Time will really heal all wounds.
Yeah,
I think.
And what you do with that time in between, but
exactly.
Yes, exactly. And I told someone that the other day because everybody's always talking about, oh, do your inner child, do your inner child. You need to do your inner child. You need to do your inner teenager. You need to do your inner woman. You need to do your womb. You need to do like it's so much more. So people, the whole inner child thing, I love it. But what about your inner teenager too? Because y'all know. Some of us we need it,
rough
you know?
writers. You hear me? Rough writers.
Right.
Literally, I used to be shy, but now I'm a rough. Right. Like it was that.
Mine was I'm not a player, but I crush a lot.
But you know what? There's pieces of that girl that I'm going to keep, and there are pieces.
Yes. And there are pieces that you got to say, you know what? I forgive who you were in that moment, and there's pieces where I'm like, well, dang. You were like she said earlier.
Run that back.
Dive into that. Yeah, like that survival mode, like who you're the. Yeah, so there's just certain things, but
definitely. I think that's beautiful about human beings. Like we're not all like. I think it's wild to say for at least for me because I'm a Christian. God said like make them in our image. Like God Himself is multifaceted. So why would you think that you're two dimensional? Like there's so many parts of you that you have to like you really get to know, and you become different people throughout different seasons. Like.
Yes. Because you can choose. Like if you're a creator, you can choose. Like what was once a cup. If I choose, I can put something on it, make a bowl. Now it's a vase.
Right.
Now it's a plant.
Right. Exactly.
With a horn.
Now it's a flute. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's gonna be whatever I want it to be because I am the creator. I am as well. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So
as we get informed, we make choices and have fun with it, and we get to do what we want to do. It's like a coloring book.
It is.
Yes, I agree. 1,000%.
Not mad at it. I've had some coloring book and wine nights. There's the tea that goes on as you're lining these coloring pages is phenomenal.
I enjoy it still. I will sit right there like a little toddler, right on the floor with all my little colored pencils
and I will. I used to make my own coloring book, so I still have them in there. So I just color.
Oh, and it's mine, and I can do it.
I never made one. I'm not the artist, but I can color in some things now.
That's okay. That's all we need.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed this per usual, per week.
I appreciate
we gotta stay rocking. I'm definitely gonna put the panel together. I want to see. Yeah, that's a whole thing. And this show, I just want to have fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun to do.
That's it, and share it with. I tell people, be boots on the ground and share the energy because there's a lot of women that are in our shoes. There's a lot of men. You guys, I talk to so many men that want wives, that want women. That's why my first question to him when he was like, "Bills." You ain't never finna hear me. I mean, not saying that song because I was just a Shout fan.
I did.
But
I'm like
at the
that.
same time,
that is me.
I was also
but at the same time,
it's such a negative way. Like I like a man to like be a provider. Like you're providing for me, I'm providing for you. We gonna provide for these children. Like we all have a role to play.
Yes.
Well, that's why
the roles aren't gonna be like.
And that's the thing. You know what? My granddad told me that, and he's a pastor. He told me, he said, no matter what you think you're signing up for, they're going to be like what was his name? Teddy Pendergrass? Was that him? 70-30? I ain't talking about a 70-30.
Yeah,
there's gonna be times where your person might break their ankle and they at the house. And so you gotta be ready for those ebbs and flows. So even when Gatsby was saying that there's women out here who just want you to pay their bills, where y'all meet these women at? Because that's where they're at the ride.
That's why not only that, there are men who are doing it for them. So
right.
But then there are also men who are using that to their advantage. Like, well, I got money, so I'm basically about to buy this chick. and they don't
Right,
got no
too.
intentions of their own. So that's why these nuanced conversations are very important, because there's so many colors to it. Like, yes, I do want a man to take care of the house bills. Does that mean I don't make money? I can't. And I'm like, absolutely not. But I'm very clear about what I bring to the table and what, you know what I mean? So it's going to be between me and him. But I got to be able to trust you. We got to be on the same page. It's got to be all that other stuff. These other things that we distracted with on the internet is not, it's
foolery.
It's
foolery.
Exactly. And I think
that's
I feel
exactly
like it's funny because I've never actually been to it on a date where the man asks me what I bring to the table, because if he does, I'm going to pick up my tab and go.
Why are you here? Well, because a man who brought you out would never ask you that. You invited me out.
I've never been.
That's what
I've
I
never
bring
been
to the table.
Like, I've heard of dates. They're like, so what do you bring to the table?
I've never had a man ask me to pay.
The table. Like, what do you mean? And they're like, oh, what do you mean by that? Like, it doesn't have to be explained. Like, I'm not asking you. Like,
I think I had one guy. I had one guy ask me that, and I told him, "Bitch, the table."
Yeah, I am the table. Like, literally.
I bring the table, and like I don't know what you want to like.
I've never been asked that. I've never been asked to pay half of my dinner. I've never been asked to go Dutch on a date. I've never been asked to a coffee date and let's just see. But that's also reflective of my work. Not to say that people in other shoes don't, but sometimes you don't. You can't come over here with some of this stuff. Like, this is not the internet.
Yeah, I tell people I have a repellent. I have a foolery repellent. It's there. I tell people I don't have a resting bitch face. I have a don't bring that shit over here face.
Because you know,
like
you know, I've had some men just not even bothered. They'd be like, I can tell what you're about. I'm gonna just salute you right here, because he's not about to bring what he knows I require.
What's required,
and that's okay. Like, thank you, brother.
That's okay. Thank you. I absolutely love being a passenger princess. Come pick me up. Well, once I trust you enough to give you my address. You got seat warmers?
Like, where's it at? Push it.
Yes,
no, I completely agree.
Men like that though. Like,
they do.
Like the guy yesterday, I was struggling. I took my nails off. These longest nails. I'm trying to do my shoes. And he's sitting there watching me. He was like, "Oh, y'all independent women want to do everything yourself." I was like, "No, you could buckle this other shoe because this is too much." Like, you could do it. You could help me. I have assistance, but he takes pleasure. Guys, most men that I know that are really men, they take pleasure in. I didn't touch any door handles, like valet. Exactly. Sit there. Because that brings a side of them out where they can poke their chest out and come over here and be about something, and we're both enjoying the situation now. Like, it ain't about me.
I always tell people submission comes naturally. Like, people always love to talk about it. They love to talk about it, and I'm like, you don't have to ask a woman to be submissive. If you're presenting that, she will submit. It's a thing. It's coming. It's very, look, come on. You bring the right energy.
Like, Daddy, what's your
I'll be smitten. I'll be all the things. You ain't even got to say nothing. Like,
and you had a hard day at work. Like, why would I not?
I only gotta why would I not bring your
food over for you? Why would I not rub your shoulders? Tell me about your day. Run this bubble bath.
Yes,
it's all gonna be ready by the time you get here. Like, look.
Like, you don't have to worry about that because it's already done and taken care of. So I don't.
Before you even said it, like, I got you. But please create the space so I can be that.
Create the space.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna.
And that's what it starts with. That's what. So when men ask, well, why can't women submit? You've never been submittable.
You've never been a leader. I think that's what it is. Not every man can lead. Well, every man should be able to lead, but some of them haven't gotten there yet. And so if she doesn't feel comfortable allowing you to lead her, she's not gonna feel comfortable submitting either.
But you know what?
They do not possess that quality. It's unfortunate.
Because what has made it better for me is I know how to lead myself. And I don't mean like in front of a man, but I'm going to lead me, which means if I'm even in your presence, I already trust my vetting system enough to know at least these basics are good. I'm not going to pay for any. I'm going to have the chivalry. I'm going to have what my requirements are because now I trust me to lead. There was a whole season where I didn't trust myself to lead because I was still dating dudes off of who's cute, who's fun, and I'm still a little bit too out here. And it's like, no, this whole thing is too precious, Jay. I had to go back in, talk to my wounded little masculine. I was like, sir, You wounded, bruh. Like, you ain't being assertive. You're not being logical. You just
wounded warrior.
letting the divine feminine just
Yes.
centered and like,
Yes.
no.
No.
My inner man needed to step up and be like, does this logically make sense? I'm like, no, you're right. Let me sit down on this one. Let me sit this one out.
Right. Yes, I agree. Agreed.
Oh my God. Oh, the work. Oh, the journey. It's so much fun, especially when you show up.
Very much.
It is.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm at a really good place where I'm enjoying it, and I've had so much clarity. And like you said, it's forever evolving. Like I'll see certain things and I'm like, got it. Like, I put my finger on it, and I'm like, woo. The delivery from it is amazing.
It's so nice to be able to say no. Like, I don't feel guilt trip, like, oh, like, can I have your Instagram? I'm like, no, it's okay. Thank you, though. Like, it's not necessary. Like, because if you follow me, I may just, like, I'm probably going to unfollow you back. Like, I'm just doing to be polite. So we can just, we don't even have to, we just skip.
Yeah. You already, like, I can't.
She's like, just thinking about it. Like,
yeah,
no. I completely agree. There's something about just when you have it and you're just nesting and you're caring for yourself that you're like, I can't even allow your foolishness in my space.
Right.
So yeah, and you start saying a lot more no's, and it's just good. It's a really healthy place to be in.
So healthy, so much easier. We think we're making it easier by being compliant.
Yeah.
But no. Because...
Although I tell people I do got some crazy stories. I remember a guy asked me once for my number in Georgia. I was at a Kroger and I said, no, thank you. And he threw a glass bottle at me, cut the back of my leg. I had to it was a mess. Like the back of my leg was bleeding. And I was like, oh my God, like you can't even tell men no. And so then a man comes to my rescue and he's like, that's crazy. Why would he do that? And he goes, can I have your number? And I was like,
in the same breath?
I would have been like,
same breath.
For real, like
he's over there helping me, and I'm like, you're so sweet. Oh my God, it's dangerous out here. You can't even tell men no. And he's like, yeah, that's crazy. And by the time I get it all patched up, he asking me for my number. Jessica, I am. And now I felt that was the one time where I felt obligated to just be like, just take.
Yeah, because I'm traumatized now. What you gonna rip my Band-Aid off?
Right.
So that was the one time where I was like, F it. Like, here's the number.
Right. And I can
I'll just have to block you when you text.
like, thank you, bye.
Fine. At this point, because I haven't even got over the trauma of just being physically assaulted. So
literally.
And that's even worse because once you give them your number, like some men are like, they'll go and get like these texting numbers and they'll text your, like, even if you block them, they're trying to find new ways to contact you. And it's like,
it's crazy.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's crazy. Literally.
Oh no, that'd be a lot. I'm trying to think if I've ever had that happen to me. I don't think so.
I have, girl.
I haven't had anything like that. I did talk to a guy yesterday. I was literally letting him know, like, I'm not in a space to really like date. I don't think that's gonna work between us. And he was like, you're not gonna be wasting my time. Like, let me just like take you out on a date. I said, where are we going? He said, we're going to Bossa Nova. I was like, okay, I like Bossa Nova. She's cute. But I was like, but I don't want to go. So I'm just
right.
You can do whatever you want to do.
Like, I'm okay. Thank you so much. I'm good, love, and joy.
Because I be telling people, because I can be at the house.
I love being listen, I cultivated this space. It's my little sanctuary on purpose. I don't need to go nowhere ever.
Exactly. Right. I will go and bring food back here and watch movies ILLEGAL,
and be good. And be good. And be
or
good.
I'll go to the movies by myself.
I'd be good.
That I know. Pass is serving. Be there every week.
Enjoyable, very enjoyable. I am amazing to kick it with. Just me, myself, and I.
Right.
Period.
I mean, if there ain't something to read, write, create, nothing, because I can do nothing real easily.
Real hard.
Real hard. Showers, baths, whatever I want to do. Okay? Cook, create, like, sit on the balcony, soak up sun, whatever I want to do. I'm
right.
It feels so nice. I agree. Like, oh wow, like it's nice to not. I was telling my sister, it's nice not to operate in survival mode. Like every week is stressful, unless it's work. Then it's like, okay, well that comes with the job, production, fine, whatever. You got a client, you got deadlines. But I thrive in that type of environment because I like the adrenaline. but I don't have to like worry like, oh dang, my bills this week, my bills that week. Like, oh wow, like my bills are paid every week, and I still, have plenty of money to do whatever. Like, I can like spoil my siblings with like movie trivia questions and give them money because they
That's
got the right
good.
answer. Like,
No.
it's
And
nice.
I like that for you, because I always tell people the toolkit that you use for survival mode looks completely different than the toolkit when you're not in survival mode. It's completely different. You'll be like, wow. But love the person that you were in survival mode, because they got you to this space.
Right.
But understand that you don't need that same toolkit. You
exactly. And that's what I was like, that's what I was talking to you guys about in the group chat, when I was like, oh, like in identifying my triggers, like, oh, like I was definitely operating in my lower vibrational self. Like Blaze was definitely like, she had control of the reins. Like, hey, look, we don't care about you succeeding and thriving. We trying to eat. We trying to stay alive. Like,
And thank God you didn't make a good connection with somebody in that mode, because it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have thrived.
Yep.
Because once you got out of survival mode, you'd be like, and who is you?
right.
Why did I choose you?
Unless they're evolving with you, unless they're moving with you. Like, that could be beautiful. I'm hoping and wondering, what that looks like. Like, can we do this together at some point? But yeah, from survival mode, I've been able to identify, like, I kind of got some cool stuff from there, because I found some little things to be excited about, but all of that energy that runs under the surface, no. And I can see why I was dating a certain way and this and that. I'm like, no.
But like you said, but once you level up, you don't even attract that same energy.
You don't.
You feel, and that's why.
And even when you do, you catch it so fast.
You catch it. You be like,
we don't entertain it
at all.
I can. One thing you say, I hear, I feel everything. It doesn't take much.
I'd be like, bro, this is not. Thank you, gentlemen, but no, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. No, thank you. I'm learning, and it's so nice. Like, oh, okay. Like, like things start to just click. They're just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go, because we clearly have different things and want different things. And this was cute when I was before, but it's definitely not cute now. Like,
right.
It's just not.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Don't get caught up in horny. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I was like, I'm gonna, just obviously I was like, I'm gonna go on a celibate journey, not even going, masturbate, blah blah. I sent some text messages. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to use this vibrator, because the post nut. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
There literally was a point where I had to like vibrate before I went out, because I used to be like, I do not want to even function from that place of let me feel you. So yeah, so that's great. Whatever you got to do, because
Yeah,
and even with the abstaining of it all, there is like clarity, and I mean, obviously the clarity, but there's different things that you can see, hear, and feel too when you decide to take a season to not engage in any of it.
Yes.
It's challenging, but once you make it over the hump, you're like, oh, okay, like that's something powerful in itself.
It is.
So now I'm gonna restart over, and then she's like
after tonight,
tonight,
because
like
fresh Monday morning.
I think I was up to a week, which isn't long, but that's still 7 days. That's 24 hours times 7.
30 days once, y'all. 30 days. But it was to the point where I would brush up against something and be like, do I feel so But imagine, like,
I'm Ramadan
yourself solid.
Let me tell you, I'm Ramadan, and I already know 420. 420, I already know, like, because it's been, oh my God, I've been Ramadan and ain't nothing been down there. I'm like,
420 to 424, we gotta abstain. I think that's a pocket. I gotta text y'all astrologically. You might have to stretch.
Okay, well, text me, because I could just add it on the end of what
just add it on the end, and then I promise you can get yours.
Well,
the funny thing is, to get yours is still me. It's still me,
But
also, something I did this week that I was really excited about. Like, I did a tarot reading because my job was offering it. Really great place to work. They had like spring break for employees. It was great. And so they had like tarot readers come in and massagers and everything like that. So so when I got my tarot reading, I asked her, I know people, come in for love and career and everything like that. I was like, what does it look like, like me loving myself? And so, like, okay, she laid out the cards and she asked me to like pick them or whatever. And so the first one I picked was kind of like a representation of my past. Like, oh, she's like, I still think some parts of you are like in there, but it was like, oh, you're like exploring, like you're going out, like you're like just doing something completely different, which was accurate because it was right after like post divorce. So I was doing all the things. I'll let y'all know. I was doing all the things.
Everything,
trying
all
it
the
all,
things.
like trying
Put it in the
everything.
group. Put it in the group chat.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the group chat. And so then, I got to like my current thing. Dang, my iPad is dead and it's on my phone. But pretty much it was just saying like, you know, like being on your self-healing journey, like being open to like everything you're going to learn about yourself and internalize it, which was great because I was like, that's exactly how I'm feeling, you know. So she's like, you know, like there's a lot of things that are going to be coming, like just be open to it and learn about yourself and like really just kind of like dwell into it and like get into it. And then like my last card, which was crazy because I was looking at it, I didn't really feel drawn to any card. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and pick this one here on the left. And she was like, I think it's great that you just kind of like chose this one and you didn't feel drawn to like any of the other ones. You just kind of like let your intuition go and just choose it. And she was like, because this card is like, it's really beautiful for what you're currently on, the journey you're on, because it was like, I forgot the card. I had to send it to you guys, but pretty much it was like she was like the joining of like two souls is like perfect. So she was like, you know, she was like, this could be a great representation of, you know, like after your self-loving journey, after you learn to love yourself, like you meet someone along the way. She's like, or she's like, it'd be exactly what you wanted and you learn to love yourself exactly how you want to be loved by someone else, like completely and wholly. And I was like,
I love that. I love that.
I was like, so excited. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna learn to love myself. Like I was like, the man will come. They always come. But I was most excited about I'm gonna learn to love myself.
Yeah, I think even with that card, what I'm hearing too, and maybe this is just because it's something that's been on my spirit for a while, but the self-integration, you know, I've been talking about integration and compartmentalization a lot because I'm seeing how it shows up, but that's a byproduct of survival mode too, how we compartmentalize. We'll tell ourselves we don't need something, or we will put ourselves, you know, put this over here, this was bad, I'll leave it in this space, or try to move on. And like we compartmentalize, but when we can take the two-ness of ourselves and integrate it into one, that to me too is just it's a much more powerful magnetizer at that point, because it's not so all over the place. Like, I like this, I don't like this, is bad, I don't like this, and I didn't like that, but I loved it. Like, okay, but how do we like bring that all of that and just to one and be honest about it? Because then it helps you move. You're not moving from this direction, that direction. You're just moving from your center in a way. So like the integration of two souls or any duality within too has been very helpful for me.
Right. No. That's a real thing, because a lot of people miss that part.
Yeah. And it's a lot to keep up with, and you don't even know you're doing it because you think you're doing things the way you're supposed to be doing it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
So
I get to eat. I get to break my
fast.
fast.
Listen, because my poke has been sitting here since we got on.
I love
it. It's time.
I have a vegetarian enchilada to finish.
Yes. Oh, that sounds good.
It is. Yes. And I put sweet and spicy jalapenos on it. It's a dream.
Ooh, oh, that sounds good. I love my poke bowl has been here since we started this call, and I've been like,
it's screaming at you.
It's screaming. I was like, and my alarm went off, and I was like, oh, is it time? So I get to have a drink of water. I'm ready.
I love it. Well, you guys, I'll see you in the group chat. Thank you so much for amazing Queen's Court after discussion. We killed it. 10 episodes. We did it. And I love y'all for it. So
love y'all.
We'll keep this party rocking.
For sure.
Yes.
Bye, ladies.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.